Blame the weather. The women from South Carolina have grabbed their second title in 6 years.
Tears of triumph in 2022.
The game on ESPN as the Gamecocks topped UConn's Huskies 64-49. Destiny Henderson scored a career-high 26 points in her final college game.
To do it in this moment, a special moment that all of us are going to remember forever. And my teammates, I can't thank them enough. My coach.
S&P futures up 5. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over the past 40 years, I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a virtual environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, or other costly entanglements, and build huge cash flow and wealth without the hassle of tenants, all without credit, little or no money. You don't need a license or experience, and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Text FREE to 99799 and I'll send you my free training. I promise I'll change the way you think about real estate and open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income. Text FREE to 99799 and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. That's FREE to 99799. Again, text FREE to 99799.
What keeps you from a good night's sleep?
3 in 5 Americans say they wake up in the middle of the night thinking about finances. The one poll study says 2 in 3 find themselves wide awake due to feeling that they are not where they should be financially in life. Those polls say the most controversial money-related topics are asking about their parents' finances, debt, and wills. When it comes to work, more than half of us secretly wish we knew how much money coworkers make. Matt Piper, CBS News.
A week after he won an Oscar for Best Documentary, Questlove won a Grammy for Best Music Film, but he hadn't forgotten the Academy Awards and Will Smith when he presented last night's prize for Song of the Year.
I'm going to present this award, and I trust that you people will stay 500 feet away from me. Just playing.
No slap, that is, to upstage anything, just a reminder of the incident that marred the Oscars. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Attention men, have you ever been embarrassed when the time was right and you just couldn't perform? Now there's hope. The secret starts with a visit to Montgomery Men's Health. Men from 20 orthodontic treatment are performing better than before, even on the pills. Don't worry, their urologist, Dr. Tom Alderson, is using treatments that can help you perform to 30 days to an hour and a half of full male performance, all without surgery. Your total cost for the doctor's visit, all tests, including the PSA and testosterone test, is only $98. Give them a call even if the pills haven't worked or you have a medical issue like heart problems or prostate issues. If you have erectile dysfunction and want to perform much better, call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Get your confidence back. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. See website for more information like side effects. Treatments extra. Results may vary. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Shannon, how can you let the people in Montgomery know about what Daddy does? You mean tell people he's a foot doctor? Yeah, a podiatrist. There's gotta be a way to spread the word about the surgeries he does and stuff. You mean like bunions and hammer toes? Yeah, and treating heel pain, burning in the feet, and corns. Like that time that lady had fungus in her toenails and they started looking better? I just want people to know that my dad, Dr. Brian Kelly, can be seen without a referral and he accepts most insurances.
Well, that's good.
You should probably give them the phone number, 265-7585. Yeah, 265-7585. I just said that.
265-7585.
Maybe we should tell them our offices are in Montgomery and Greenville. You just did. Like us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. And remember, happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and forget.
The easy outdoor cleaner.
There's too much light in
works
here.
all the time with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget is available as a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in-store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart. Hi, I hope you like this restaurant. Thanks for coming out with me.
So what do you do?
Oh, I've been investing in it.
Oh, wow. The one that lets people diversify their portfolios with fine art?
That's my cousin, Masterworks.
Do you have their number?
Oh, come on, not again.
What? I just want to invest in an asset class that's more stable than my love life.
Learn more at Masterworks.io and use promo code DATE.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
They are the two sexiest fat men alive.
Really fun.
And you can hear Rick and Bubba on News Radio 1440 beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
Okay, verify that, and let's go here.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast
On News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
A quiet start to the work week for today. Our Monday is looking good, mostly sunny, highs in the low 80s, a light wind, and the humidity is low. For tonight, late tonight, we'll see a chance of showers and storms closer to sunrise Tuesday, and there will be rain and storms and a threat of severe weather Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon. Damaging winds, a couple of tornadoes, certainly possible early Tuesday. The second half of Tuesday we dry out, and then another chance of strong storms late Wednesday and Wednesday night. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors.
It's better at Brubaker
On News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, you're looking good. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. We checked with the surrounding counties. They're reporting clear as well. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. New Toyotas are arriving daily at Reinhardt Toyota. They've got a selection of trucks and cars, new and used. Stop by Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Talk tires with Montgomery's #1 tire store, Chico's Auto Pros. Chico's has you covered with Chico's Auto Pros price match guarantee and 0 down options.
Good morning. I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is meeting with members of Congress before a confirmation hearing. She met with longtime U.S. Senator Richard Shelby last week. Shelby says he had a candid conversation with the nominee on major topics, but says he will not support her nomination to the Supreme Court. The Senate Judiciary Committee meets to vote on her nomination today. She could be confirmed by the end of the week. The Alabama Forestry Commission is reminding the public that even though we're getting rain this week, the chance of fire danger is still here. During the month of March, there were 457 fires burning more than 16,000 acres. That's up significantly from this time last year. There were 78 fires on Wednesday alone. Forestry Commission officials say the wind and humidity are playing a huge role in the increase in fires this year. Sports news, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks won the women's national championship in basketball last night. They beat Connecticut 64-49. The men's final is set for tonight. Kansas takes on North Carolina. That's your news on this Monday.
Katie Britt is a law and order Christian conservative running for the Senate to secure our border and protect hardworking Alabama families from violent crime. As Alabama's senator, Katie Britt will fight to finish President Trump's wall, and she'll always back the blue. Here's Shelby County Sheriff John Semeniego.
With the Biden liberals trying to defund our police, we need a senator who'll have our backs. And that's why I'm supporting Katie Britt. Katie will get tough on violent criminals and fight for stronger borders to keep illegal immigrants and deadly drugs out of Alabama. Take it from me, Katie Britt is a strong conservative who will keep your family safe.
Sheriff Semeniego has it right. Christian conservative Katie Britt is tough on crime and tough
Right,
on
when last time she
immigration,
arrested somebody.
and she's ready to fight for Alabama families.
I'm Katie Britt, and I approve this message.
It's easy to be tough on crime when someone else is doing the work.
Hey y'all, it's
Hey, Todd. Good morning. Hey, I got my jobber right here, bro. I got it. I'm rolling.
It's amazing.
Right here, my friend, right here.
We've had a baby girl and a lot of new stuff from the station for the Wolf Brothers lineup.
I think I need to turn the light back on. Might as well use the real lights. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this light. I need a window in here.
Handmade solid wood rustic furniture at factory direct prices.
Up to 70% off every day.
How can we sell so cheap?
Because we are a direct outlet for the factory.
We have over 1,500 items in stock available for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Plus, we have truckloads arriving weekly.
Bedroom suites, table chairs, occasional tables, entertainment centers, consoles, gun cabinets. If it's rustic, we got you covered.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet, Wetumpka Highway, next to American Oak and more.
Attention River Region. Don't wait on one of those internet companies to hopefully call you back. You'll be disappointed even if they do. Just Blinds and Travel is here to make sure your home has the look and feel of the best American-made window treatments, including motorization and smart home options. Your guests will love them as much as you do. For over 35 years, Just Blinds has been the trusted local source for quality, beauty, and customer satisfaction, serving Lake Martin, Auburn, and the River Region.
Jeff Franker with Chappie's Deli. Mike, listen.
Hi, Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli. Jeff, what is that?
It's the Chappie's Deli Grill. Let's do a commercial about grilled onions.
Grilled onions? Oh, yeah. People will be knocking the doors down to come in for that.
It's psychology, Gramps. It's a subtle message that tells a story.
Jeff, we can't do a Chappie's Deli commercial only about grilled onions.
Mike, it tells everyone two things. Number one, we cook on real grills at Chappie's Deli. No better flavor.
You will find a grill master at each Chappie's. Big difference between a Chappie's Deli grilled Reuben versus a microwave or steamed.
And number two, where else can you get grilled onions on a sandwich?
Yep, that's what Chappie's Deli is all about. You want something special? Just ask. So come to Chappie's Deli, Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Prattville, Baptist South Towers in Auburn for some psychology.
No.
Oh yeah, the onions.
No, Gramps, the grill. The grill.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial, the Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And here we go, Sid Grove.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day that we've been blessed to see. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something to change your perspective or at least give you one. Whatever it is, it's good for the soul. It is April the 4th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Wise Counsel. Couldn't we all use some of that? Our scripture insight today comes from Exodus 18:13 through 22. Exodus 18:18 says, the work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Govern yourselves accordingly for your edification. And again, it is April the 4th, 2022 AD. It is a day that has never been. And I guarantee it, this day won't ever come again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's over, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. And once it's gone, it is never coming back. So what you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, make sure you reach out and help somebody else along the way if you can, as much as you can, while you can, until you can't. If you have lived a while, like I say every morning, because each new day is a new beginning, it's a second chance to get it right. We've all lived a while. We've seen, we've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. Well, what are you going to do about it? Whatever you do it well. Benjamin Elijah May said that whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful, or you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, ever give up. You never quit, because quitters don't win. And while winners may lose every once in a while, they don't quit. If the mountain's too high to get over, if it's too deep to get under, if it's too wide to go around, sometimes you have to go through the mountain. But don't worry about that. There's always some help there. Sometimes you just got to ask. But whatever you do, don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. And no matter what happens this day, April the 4th, it is still a great day to be alive. Wise counsel. That's our daily bread for this morning, April the 4th, 2022.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. Our reading titled Wise Counsel was written by Katara Patton. While attending seminary, I was working full-time. Add to that a chaplaincy rotation and an internship at a church, I was busy. When my father visited me, he said, "You're going to have a breakdown." I shrugged it off as his warning, thinking he was just of another generation and didn't understand goal setting. I didn't have a breakdown, but I did experience a very rough dry season in which I fell into depression. Since then, I've learned to listen to warnings, especially from loved ones, more carefully. That reminds me of Moses' story in the book of Exodus. He too was diligently working, serving as Israel's judge, yet he chose to listen to his father-in-law's warning. Jethro wasn't in the thick of things, but he loved Moses and his family and could see trouble ahead. Perhaps that's why Moses was able to listen to Jethro and heed his advice. Moses set up a system for capable men from all people to take on the smaller disputes, and he took on the more difficult cases. Because he listened to Jethro, rearranged his work, and entrusted others to shoulder the load, he was able to avoid burnout during that season of life. Many of us take our work for God, our families, and others seriously, passionately even, but we still need to heed the advice of trusted loved ones and to rely on the wisdom and power of God in all we do. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Exodus chapter 18, verses 13 through 22. The next day, Moses took his seat to serve as judge for the people, and they stood around him from morning till evening. When his father-in-law saw all that Moses was doing for the people, he said, "What is this you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit as judge, while all these people stand around you from morning till evening?" Moses answered him, "Because the people come to me to seek God's will. Whenever they have a dispute, it is brought to me, and I decide between the parties and inform them of God's decrees and instructions." Moses' father-in-law replied, "What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Listen now to me, and I will give you some advice, and may God be with you. You must be the people's representative before God and bring their disputes to him. Teach them his decrees and instructions, and show them the way they are to live and how they are to behave. But select capable men from all people, men who fear God, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain, and appoint them as officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Have them serve as judges for the people at all times, but have them bring every difficult case to you. The simple cases they can decide themselves. That will make your load lighter because they will share it with you. Let's pray. Almighty God, thank you for allowing us to serve you in many, many ways. As we passionately care for others, teach us to also work wisely so that we'll have energy to do what you want us to do. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Alicia Reisinger, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, it's time to rise and shine, Montgomery. It's time to go to work. If you don't have a job, go out and get one. If you don't get one, don't come back to me and tell me you can't find it. There's all kind of jobs out there. Time to go to work. Time for PT. All right, I got it. Somebody get the first sergeant, the sergeant major, and the mayor. Let's do this. Let's do this. PT time. Where's the general? She's calling Katie this morning. All right then. Outstanding. Heads. Let's do it. Airborne. Here we go. All the way, all the way. Gotta be rough and tough, rough and tough. Airborne. Every day. We run to the sun. Oh, better yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Oh, well, that you can't eat that. All the way. Let's run. Rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. Oh, yeah. Well, it's to be in the 82nd Airborne needs another breeze. I want to do it right. Jump from an airplane while in flight. Oh, yeah. Drive it on. Drive it on. In the blizzard rain, I packed up my chute and prepared the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light, red. Oh, yeah. Oh. Drive it on. Drive it on. Woo. That's enough PT for the day. Woo. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be airborne. Airborne. Woo. Okay. The PT is tough this morning. It must be Monday. It must be Monday. We'll get this together a little bit better on Tuesday. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States of America, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. I think that's what we're playing right about now. Oh, there we go. There we go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming somewhere. Woo! All right, that wakes me up in the morning. Now, good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine. And so that you never forget, And while you slept and slumbered through the night, there were two people. There were two things that were protecting you. One, God himself. Secondly, the United States Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Don't forget it. Somebody's got to do it. And good morning to Montgomery Police Department, the new chief of police we got over there, Mr. Albert. Good morning to the Sheriff Department, Derek Cunningham and Kevin Murphy. Good morning to the Montgomery Sanitation Department. Appreciate you guys. Also, good morning to the Montgomery Maintenance Department, Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery ambulance drivers, Montgomery fire medics, and to all the people who go in when everybody else is running out. Well, somebody's got to pay homage to him. Might as well be me, you know. Why not me? That's what I'm telling you. Okay, might as well be me. Okay, that one's not good enough. Just in case you folks have forgotten what happened on this day in 1968. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, and it was not a pretty thing. Okay, it was a tough moment, another tough moment in the annals of the American experiment, and this was just another one. All right, I don't know why I cannot find one of these things that have good audio, but you know, I'll get it, and on my way back, I'll play it again. But it did happen on this day. "39 years old." Wow, that's okay. I had one that was playing pretty good actually, but I don't know what happened to it. Let me see if this is the one. This is the one? There we go. All right. I will find a better one than this. I had one yesterday and it sounded real nice and loud, but however, we'll effort to straighten that out in a minute here. But right now, let's take a break and we'll be back.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailer.
The striking garbage man there. He was standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Hotel on the second floor when a single shot came from across.
Sunny, highs in the low 80s, a light wind, and the humidity is low. For tonight, late
hospital in Memphis and died there an hour after
This eyewitness to history, she's kept silent all these years. The dark day, deeply personal and deeply painful as well. We met her at the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Tennessee.
Johnson, as he was preparing to leave for Hawaii.
Okay, there it is, there it is, there it is. That's why it was low. Okay, I got it now.
Morning, Montgomery. Right now, you're looking good.
I got it fixed. Not a problem.
Major problems or accidents. We checked with the surrounding counties. They're reporting clear as well. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. New Toyotas are arriving daily at Reinhardt Toyota. They've got a selection of trucks and cars, new and used. Stop by Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Talk tires with Montgomery's #1 tire store, Chico's Auto Pros. Chico's has you covered with Chico's Auto Pros price match guarantee and 0 down options.
Now that we're getting back to normal, let's get our kids the academic support they need too. Whether you can tutor, mentor, or just have a little time to serve in your community, GetReadySet.org can match you up with a student in your community that suits your talents and time.
Get more information about Ready, Set, and Project Shine on our website, newsradio1440.com.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Attention men, have you ever been embarrassed when the time was right, but you just couldn't perform? Now there's hope. The secret starts with a visit to Montgomery Men's Health. Men from 21 to 93 are performing better than before, even when the pills don't work. Their urologist, Dr. Tom Alderson, is using treatments that can help you perform for 30 minutes to an hour and a half of full male performance, all without surgery. Your total cost for the doctor's visit, all tests, including the PSA and testosterone test, is only $99. Give them a call, even if the pills haven't worked or you have a medical issue like heart problems or prostate issues. If you have erectile dysfunction and want to perform much better, call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Get your confidence back. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. See website for more information on side effects. Treatments extra. Results may vary. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Who would you trust on border security? Donald Trump or Barack Obama? It's an easy question, unless you're career politician Mo Brooks. Mo Brooks actually described Donald Trump's immigration position as worse than Obama's.
He even called Donald Trump's plan to build a border wall and deport illegal immigrants a, quote, fruitless exercise. And Mo Brooks said we couldn't trust Trump on border security. Just listen.
Donald Trump is not going to do what people think he's going to do.
Career politician Mo Brooks didn't trust Trump, so how can Alabama trust Mo to stand up for us? Katie Britt's border security plan is just like Trump's. Show back the blue, support law enforcement, stop the drugs pouring across our border, and finish building Trump's wall.
She will.
Katie Britt, Trump tough on border security. Alabama's future paid is responsible for this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Alabama'sFuturePAC.com.
Telling you what it really is.
All day long.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And good morning, everybody. Hey, do not forget, I do got a couple, I'm not going to get a chance to get to all the things today. But on April the 4th, 1968, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., at the young age of 39 years old, was shot and killed while standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. His slaying was followed by a wave of rioting in Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, among other cities, particularly hard hit. Suspected gunman James Earl Ray later pleaded guilty to assassinating King, then spent the rest of his life claiming he had been the victim of a setup.
Reached President Johnson as he was preparing to leave for Hawaii and conferences on Vietnam and the possibilities of peace negotiations there. The president, we are expecting to make a statement on the tragedy tonight in Memphis very shortly. We're standing by for that. Dr. King was in Memphis to lead demonstrators in support of striking garbage men there. He was standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Hotel on the second floor when a single shot came from across the street. It apparently hit him in the neck. He was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital in Memphis and died there an hour after the attempt on his life, which proved to be successful. Police swarmed into the area. They already were keeping an eye on it since riots a week ago yesterday that broke out after Dr. King led what he hoped would be a non-violent demonstration in support of the striking sanitation men. Some 6,000 persons were in his line of march when young Negroes began rioting. 300 of them participated in the riots. One of them was shot before the rioting, which did widespread damage, was over. The National Guard was called into Memphis, and only today, this was the first day that the National Guard had not been on duty in Memphis since that riot. Dr. King had promised another march for next Monday. He had said that it would be nonviolent. He was sure he could control it. However, the police in Memphis had gone to court, federal court, for a restraining order. They got one, a 10-day restraining order to keep Dr. King from leading his marchers in Memphis. However, Dr. King appealed that order, and the federal judge said he would rule on his appeal tomorrow. Dr. King had indicated he might attempt to lead his march in Memphis regardless of the effect of the appeal. However, he never had a chance to carry out that threat or to further lead his forces in Memphis or elsewhere. The 39-year-old Nobel Peace Prize winner and considered to be a moderate Negro leader today was shot and killed on the balcony of the Lorraine Hotel tonight. King was born in Atlanta, January 15, 1929. He was the son and the grandson of prominent Negro ministers in Atlanta, and he had an extended education. He graduated finally with a doctorate from Boston University in 1954 and got his first pastorate in Birmingham, Alabama. And it was there he was, or Montgomery, Alabama. It was there he was to win fame, because in December 1955 he took leadership of a bus boycott there, and he, in his policy of nonviolence over the period of a year, won that strike with a federal desegregation order in Alabama. His nonviolent campaign spread through the South, and he became the leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, a conference primarily of Negro ministers. Since the rise of radical Negroes such as Stokely Carmichael and Rap Brown, King had been considered a voice of moderation, and white leaders had looked to his policy of nonviolence as a hopeful antidote to those who preached riot and hatred. King was married and had 2 children, a daughter Yolanda and a son Martin Luther III. His wife was notified in Atlanta tonight, told only that he had been shot in the shoulder to spare her any further concern and alarm as she flew back to Memphis. Whether she has arrived there or not, we have not been advised. We have just been advised, however, that Governor Buford Ellington has ordered 4,000 National Guard troops into the city. A curfew has been clamped on Memphis. Immediately after the shooting at 6 o'clock tonight, police cordoned off several blocks of the area around the Lorraine Hotel where King was shot. And other police were chased, according to information on the news wires, a car that was held 3 young white men. One young white man was seen fleeing from the scene from a building across the street from the shooting. A block from the Lorraine Hotel, a .30-06 rifle was picked up. Whether it definitely has been identified as the murder weapon or not has not been established. And later tonight, there were reports of police chasing a car with 3 white men in it through the suburbs of Memphis. Whether that was directly connected with the King shooting, also not confirmed.
And
Dr.
again,
Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay. And again, it was on this day in 1968 when Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Anyway, good morning to you. I know it's not really a great way to start your morning out, but it does give us a perspective that the world is always a changing and ever-changing place. And so I thought I'd share that with you since I was 11 years old. No matter of fact, I was 10 years old. I was going to be 11 in May. I was 10 years old, didn't have a clue what was going on, but I remember that day somewhat, just like I did the day that John F. Kennedy got shot. I don't think how old you were when John F. Kennedy got shot. Everybody remembers something about that day. Okay, so anyway, I remember that day better than I did my own parents leaving us. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And again, okay, I'll save my audio part for next hour because I think it's something I need to share with you guys. But anyway, so these are some of the things. It is, believe it or not. Let me see. I don't get this thing right. Okay, let's get that right about there. Let's put that right about there. And I'm not taking any calls right now, guys, so don't even worry about it. I got things to do. I got things to get done. Okay, don't have time to take any calls because I just don't have time. I mean, I got time, but I don't, want to take it. Anyway, it is Thursday, April the 4th. It is the 94th day of this year. Again, on April the 4th, 1968, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. was shot and killed while standing in the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. It's also on this day in 1841, President William Henry Harrison succumbed to pneumonia 1 month after his inaugural, becoming the first U.S. chief executive to die in office. In 1850, the city of Los Angeles was incorporated. The year was 1917. The U.S. Senate voted 82-6 in favor of declaring war against Germany. The House followed suit 2 days later with 373 to 50. What those 50 were. 1933, on this day, a Navy airship, USS Akron, crashed in severe weather off the New Jersey coast with a loss of 73 lives. In 1945, during the Second World War, U.S. forces liberated the Nazi concentration camp, don't want to mess up this name, but Orndorff, or close to it, in Germany. Hungary was liberated as Soviet forces cleared out remaining German troops. 1949, 12 nations, including the United States, signed the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is known as NATO. In 1975, more than 130 people, most of them children, were killed when a U.S. Air Force transport plane evacuating Vietnamese orphans crash-landed shortly after takeoff in Saigon. Microsoft, founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen of Albuquerque, New Mexico. 1976, the film All the President's Men, starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman as Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, had its premiere in Washington, D.C. The year was 1983. The Space Shuttle Challenger roared into orbit on its maiden voyage. It was destroyed, of course, in January of 1976. I think I said brag at that time. 1988, the Arizona Senate convicted Governor Edward Meacham of 2 counts of official misconduct and removed him from office. Meacham was the first U.S. governor to be impeached and removed from office in nearly 60 years. The year was 1991. Senator John Hines, a Republican from Pennsylvania, and 6 other people, including 2 children, were killed when a helicopter collided with Hines' plane over a schoolyard in Marion, Pennsylvania. The year was 2008. Beyonce and Jay-Z were married, during a private ceremony in New York City. And also in 1981, not to forget, Henry Cisneros became the first Hispanic American to be elected to lead a major United States city. The 33-year-old professor won 62% of the votes and became the new mayor of San Antonio, Texas. Just to let you guys know, we do have a lineup change that's going to start on tomorrow, just in case you want to know. It's going to be me, of course, still here. Chris Plant, 9 to 11. Bongino, 11 to 1. Hannity from 2 to 5. Levin, 5 to 8. And Shapiro will be 8 to 10. So that'll be our new line. Then after that, I think it'll be Red Eye Radio. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you. So, but if you didn't get that, I'll give it to you again later on. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. How's the day treating you? How's everybody doing out there today? Okay, I got that. Okay, how many minutes this thing is? Okay, I got this thing. It's 5 minutes long. It's called Live a Life of Significance, and it's Tim Tebow. I love this thing.
Game, we would get in the bus at our hotel and we would drive right by the stadium and we would stop at what's called the Gator Walk. And every game I played there was probably 20 to 40,000 fans at this Gator Walk ready to greet us as we get off the bus. I would see all these people. I gotta tell you, there were a lot of voices that started to hit me. One of the first voices that instantly hit me was pride and arrogance, because I would look out and I would see thousands of jerseys with my number on it. I would look out and I would see Bible verses that they were wearing because I wore them. And so for a second you thought, dang, I'm something. They're here for me. This is pretty cool. I must be somebody. There's a picture that I stumbled across, and it's one of Time's 100 most influential images of all time. And it's a picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer, so he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything, and so he didn't. He didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, that man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's going to be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're going to look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful. But more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're going to have a life of significance.
A life of significance as opposed to a life of success. You know, every time I listen to this thing, it kind of gets me thinking. Now, a lot of us saying to ourselves right now, sitting in a nice office someplace or in our homes, and you know, we would have picked her up. We would have taken her on to the feeding place. We would have done all of that, but we really don't know. I mean, we really don't know. You'd be scared of catching a disease. You'd be scared of, I mean, there are all kinds of things in different countries. We were warned not to get involved with the locals sometimes. We don't know. I mean, it's good to have a it's good to have a video and a thing to say that, but I don't know, what would you do? You know, I mean, really, what would you do if you and the answer is you don't know. We can only hope that we know what we would have done in that situation. But it does give us a map to know what to do if we in fact find ourselves in that situation. It gives us a map of what we should do. Now it's up to us. Now it's up to us to do what needs to be done when we have to do it. Let me see who this is. Since I got some more stuff too. But hey, good morning. Who's this?
Now, Mr. Elkins, since you're the mayor of the airways now, I got to put you on the spot. That clip you just played.
Yeah.
You got to represent Mr. Mayor of the airways, because you didn't inform us that Jamel Brown was marching about the crime in Montgomery, and you got the mouthpiece here, and you failed to let us know or get him on to talk about it. So you got to be a leader, sir. And
I got you. But there's been a lot of right here. But there's been a lot of marches about crime and hadn't stopped it. So I don't really get off into the marches. I just don't. It's an exercise in futility. It just doesn't. Okay. Well, I'm with you. You know. Yeah. But to be wait a minute now. But to be honest, I didn't know anything about it either. So you know, he didn't get in. Wait a minute. What's there to talk about? You go up and down the street and you're walking. You haven't, wait a minute. You haven't been telling kids that? I've been telling them that. You haven't been telling them that? Has it helped us? Okay. Well, it may help a couple of people. Well, it may help a couple. Yeah. But listen, wait a minute. Listen, if we were to be honest, well, I don't know about it. Well, you know what's, if we were to be honest, the biggest problem in our communities is fatherless kids. Mommy, because I hear you, but they need a kind word from their fathers. They need to know who their fathers are. Okay. Well, I didn't. Well, and that's fine, and that's fine, and I agree with you. But the black man who first should reach out is well. Why is it that we don't want to deal with that? That's our biggest right, but that's our biggest. But our biggest issue is that these men and these women who have babies without the benefit of the father being in the life, that's our biggest problem right there. Fatherless homes. No. We can't ever get past. We can't ever do anything about a man who won't be responsible for his responsibility. And that's still their fault. Wait a minute, that's still those daddies' fault. I ain't blaming the kids, but that's still the daddy's fault. I mean, wait. You know, wait. You know who I got? Yeah, I hear it. I gotta go. Bye.
News on this Monday. Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is meeting with members of Congress for her confirmation hearing. She met with longtime U.S. Senator Richard Shelby last week. Shelby says he had a candid conversation with the nominee on major topics, but says he will not support her nomination to the Supreme Court. The Senate Judiciary Committee meets to vote on her nomination today. She could be confirmed by the end of the week. The Alabama Forestry Commission is reminding the public that even though we're getting rain this week, the chance of fire danger is still here. During the month of March, there were 457 fires burning more than 16,000 acres. That's up significantly from this time last year. There were 78 fires on Wednesday alone. Forestry Commission officials say the wind and humidity are playing a huge role in the increase in fires this year. Sports news, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks won the women's national championship in basketball last night. They beat Connecticut 64-49. The men's final is set for tonight. Kansas takes on North Carolina. That's your news on this Monday.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Russian troops have left areas surrounding Ukraine's capital, leaving behind evidence of atrocities. Correspondent Holly Williams begins our coverage from southeastern Zaporizhia.
In the town of Bucha, the streets are littered with bodies in civilian clothing. Some, with their hands tied behind their back, appear to have been executed. Others are buried in a mass grave. More than 300 residents were killed, according to the mayor. In the village of Kalinivka, Irina Kostenko says the Russians killed her only son, Alexei. The pain is so bad, she says. He was only 27 years old.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. As evidence of civilian massacres inside Ukraine mounts, French President Emmanuel Macron has said there are clear indications of war crimes, and he's called for a new round of sanctions against Russia. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tweeted his support, saying Putin will never break the spirit of Ukraine's people or conquer their homeland.
The Kremlin accuses Ukraine of staging fake attacks. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky spoke at last night's Grammy Awards.
Our musicians wear body armor instead of tuxedo. They sing to the wounded in hospitals.
Last night's biggest winner, The Late Show's John Baptiste.
Every single artist that was nominated in this category, I actually love and have had experiences, out-of-body experiences with your music.
He took home 5 awards, including Album of the Year. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, otherwise known as Silk Sonic, won for Record of the Year. There's a good chance anyone who flew over the weekend wasn't a happy camper. Airlines blame the weather for tens of thousands of delays and cancellations.
Sam Bromley was trying to get from Miami to Phoenix.
Every 30 minutes, it kept getting delayed more and more and more, and then we ended up standing in line for 3.5 hours just to get to check in our bags and see if we got another flight out.
Police in Sacramento still looking for at least 2 suspects in a mass shooting outside downtown bars Sunday morning. Among the 6 killed, Fred Hall's son.
Where's the killer? Or the killers? That's what's going through my mind. We need them arrested, brought to justice.
Lawmakers in the Senate are scheduled to vote on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's Supreme Court nomination today. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
The Senate Judiciary Committee is evenly split between Democrats and Republicans and appears destined for a divided party line vote on Judge Jackson, but that won't derail her nomination because Democrats have enough votes for confirmation in the full U.S. Senate.
S&P futures up 6. This is CBS News.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over the past 40 years, I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same.
Sure you have.
Today, even in a virtual environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhood using no banks, realtors, contractors, or other costly entanglements, and build huge cash flow and wealth without the hassle of tenants, all without credit and little or no money. You don't need a license or experience, and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Text free
I
to
believe you.
$99,799 and I'll send you my free training. I promise I'll change the way you think about real estate and open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income. Text free to $99,799 and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. That's free to $99,799. Again, text free to $99,799.
There's a warning about raw oysters.
At least 34 people in California have contracted norovirus in the past few weeks after eating raw oysters. The oysters were harvested in British Columbia, Canada. Those who fell ill in California ate oysters at 9 different restaurants in the state.
So why would you eat raw
Norovirus
oysters?
associated
Tell me
with
why.
eating raw
Why'd you do
oysters
that?
has also been
I don't
reported
understand.
in other states and in British Columbia.
That's where we
The
make the
virus
stove.
can cause intestinal distress. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
One of last night's big Grammy winners, Olivia Rodrigo, is getting ups for bringing a sign language interpreter with her.
I've been watching the Grammys religiously since I was such a little girl, and so to be here tonight with all of these amazing people on such a historic stage is really something I'll never forget.
One fan called her an inclusive queen. Another tweeted, it made her cry. Coda's Marley Matlin thanked Rodrigo on social media, saying, "You rock." Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Katie Britt is a law and order Christian conservative running for the Senate to secure our border and protect hardworking Alabama families from violent crime. As Alabama's senator, Katie Britt will fight to finish President Trump's wall, and she'll always back the law.
Oh, you know,
The Biden liberals trying to defund our police. We need a senator who'll have our backs. And that's why I'm supporting Katie Britt. Katie will get tough on violent criminals and fight for stronger borders to keep illegal immigrants and deadly drugs out of Alabama. Take it from me. Katie Britt is a strong conservative who will keep your family safe.
Sheriff San Diego has it right. Christian conservative Katie Britt is tough on crime and tough on illegal immigration, and she's ready to fight for Alabama families.
I'm Katie Britt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Britt for Alabama.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a karate teacher to trim their hedges.
Man, these shrubs are not made of plywood. Don't worry.
Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, everybody
If you have
else.
an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies with good safety benefits.
Oh, this treehouse looks like particle board. There we go. Starting to doubt myself.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
What if you got an instant message warning you you're about to be in a car accident?
As soon as you back out of your driveway, your neighbor's teenage daughter will clip your bumper as she speeds by. Wait, what?
If life came with warnings, you wouldn't need Nelson Law. We are dedicated to life, liberty, justice, and safety for all. Nelson Law, 399-4988. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Dirty exterior, don't scrub it, wet it, and forget it. Wet and forget.
All right, I'm leaving alone. I'm going to buy myself a chair. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy myself a chair.
With no scrubbing.
I just feel like I'm going to get one free.
Here's Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget is available as a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in-store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Hi, I hope you like this restaurant. Thanks for coming out with me.
So what do you do?
Oh, I'm an investing app.
Oh, wow. The one that lets people diversify their portfolios with fine art?
That's my cousin, Masterworks.
Do you have their number?
Oh, come on, not again.
What? I just want to invest in an asset class that's more stable than my love life.
Learn more at masterworks.io and use promo code DATE.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
They are the two sexiest fat men alive. Pretty fun. And you can hear Rick and Bubba on News Radio 1440, beginning at 9 a.m. Depend on it.
And again, it is Monday morning. What a great day it is to be alive, considering the other the other alternatives. Good morning to you. Now, we didn't go driving yesterday or anything like that because I was, Z said he's tired of going around the parking lot. Listen, so I need to find a road someplace where I can let the boy put the pedal to the metal. But I don't know where. So if anybody knows, is there a road out here someplace where people take all their kids to go out and so they can drive a little fast so we don't hit any buildings or anything like that? If anybody know it, let me know. He said he knows that parking lot backing up and down. I said, okay, the one by Crampton Bowl over there. I didn't know where. I don't think legally you can put them on the street. But this guy, maybe I got to go to Target County. Anything else out there but roads? Maybe I go up there, put them on the road or something. I don't know. But everybody knows when, hey, text a brother, 294-1298, so I can, he's tired in the parking lot. So I got to take him, let him get at least 30 miles an hour, so he can feel the wind in his hair and all that stuff. Anyway, good morning to you. Good morning. Hope everybody went to church yesterday. At least learned something. I did. I learned something. You know what I learned yesterday? Before I get into any serious conversation, that I didn't know, and I'm ashamed to say this almost because I knew that when the floods came, at least according to the Bible, it was 40 days and 40 nights. But here's what I didn't know. I didn't know how many days that the earth was underwater. I didn't really know how many days it was. And, I found out, yes, it was 150 days. Wow, I didn't know that. All that reading I've been doing all the years. Okay, I've been skipping parts and stuff like that, but, Okay, so anyway, it is 150 days. I just did not know that. So sometimes you got to pay attention in church, and you can learn some things that I didn't know. I'm just glad I wasn't here when I was going on. Okay, of course, it's not beyond us to get it again. I got that part. Anyway, good morning. We keep taking God's creation and calling it something else, and I know we ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, he may bring back some more water. Anyway, good morning to you. I was reading I got before I get to one of my main subjects today. I was reading a video a few minutes ago that somebody sent me, and it's legitimate. A school over in Georgia was playing a basketball game. Okay, they were playing a basketball game. I forgot exactly what part of Georgia it was in. Playing a basketball game. And evidently high schoolers didn't like what the ref was doing. So they all jumped on the referee. They beat the ref, but the referee got a couple of good right hooks in. So, that right on for him. But got a couple of them, matter of fact, about 3 of them, but about 5 or 6 of them just started hitting the guy. And I'm saying to myself, in what country, in what world would kids on a basketball team beat the hell out of the referee? What is our country coming to? Now I realize that now we're gonna, when they all start going to jail here real soon for assault and battery, they are going to say we got ODD, we got ADD, and we got ODD, which is oppositional defiance disorder. But there's some of these kids going to jail, and that's where they need to go to reform school. Okay, so you're gonna beat the hell out of the referee. Go to my Facebook page, you'll see it. I just couldn't believe what I'm looking at. You know, and it's real. It wasn't fake. It's real. I said, well, okay. I mean, I just, is that what's going on? But okay, people, I hate to say this, and I almost hate. No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to leave that alone for the time being. I'm just going to leave that alone for the time being. Just, whew, I tell you. Okay, one other thing. Oh, don't forget, we got a new lineup starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow from 6 to 9. Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be me. But after that, Chris Plant from 9 to 11. Dan Bongino is going to be from 11 to 1. Hannity is going to be from 2 to 5. Levin from 5 to 8. And Ben Shapiro from 8 to 10. Then after that, I think it's like Red Eye Radio or something like that. But anyway, pretty much going to be live shows from now on. So, you know, you'll be able to call in if you want to call in and stuff like that and talk to them, you know. So that's what, of course, they always kept the best guy in place. That's me in 6 to 9. So I'm not going to change. I know some of you wish I did, but I'm sorry. Although it's still possible. You know, the boss may come down the road from right there and say, hey, you know, we need to make a change. Yeah, we're going in a different direction without you. That's what they normally tell you in radio. Yeah, we decided to go in a different direction. That's what you're going in. So, okay then. But anyway, so much for that. But you keep it up until you can't keep it up no more. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. All right, now, somebody brought something to my attention before I get into any serious conversation. And this is one of those things that our city council, and I don't know if our city council can do anything about this whatsoever. They probably cannot. But it is something and I've often wondered about it. And somebody called me over the weekend and sent me the absolute concrete evidence that it's going on. And so we need to find out, is there a conspiracy to extract money out of poor neighborhoods in this way, because there's nothing they can do about it. Okay, I'm just going to, I'll tell you what that is in a second. Good morning, who's this? Yes. I'm doing fine. Yes. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Didn't hear that part. Ed, you know, Ed, you sure spend a lot of time. You know, the only thing that matters to Ed ought to be is what Ed believes, right? Isn't that? Right. I'm just saying, you're never going to change people's mind. People have to change their own mind. You can't do it. And again, how we in such a bad off shape if everybody loved God? They don't even love them. Did not God, Jesus say, if you can't love one another, how can you love God? Yeah, I understand. But and I still believe. Well, listen, but you're not going to change my mind. You're just not going to do it. So stop trying. I mean, stop trying. I don't believe man has the capacity to truly love God. I don't believe they do. So no sense keep bringing it up to me. I don't believe they do. Okay, well, listen, again, stop bringing it up to me. You can't change my mind on that. Okay, I'm all right. Listen, I'm the master of common sense, and common sense is what I'm using. Okay, I don't believe men with their mouth can say it, but I don't believe the majority of us have the capacity. Now, you don't agree with that, and that's fine. Okay. And he made it. That's right. I will get you. I know. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Did you got anything else before I let you go? Anything else before I let you go? Okay. Okay. All righty then. I got you. I got you. Good morning. Good morning.
When you start the new format, could you explain the rules so we won't be jumping on you like this? Do you get a call all 3 hours, or do you get one call?
Well, listen, if you happen to get in the first hour, I don't hold that against you, for the second hour, but or the third hour, but yeah. So if you have to get in, normally I don't take calls, but if you happen to get in, if I ask you to call the first hour, all bets are off. You get to call second hour anyway. But if you happen to get in, and yeah, I don't care. I mean, because sometimes I go through so many subjects in the daytime sometimes until it's hard to keep up with them sometimes. So yes. 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 Yeah. Yes, it is.
But anyway, can you explain to me with this green new map that the president put out last week about we're going to be saving $80? Every American's going to be saving $80 a month on gas on average. I'm confused because the first thing you want to do is get a 240 amp plug installed at your house,
which is going to be ran. And I did some research on this. Electricity still has fossil fuels involved in the process. Okay.
You're going to drive your electric bill up at your house.
Right.
With that 240 amp plug charging. So that's going to negate some of the $80 savings a month. Then you're going to have to go out and purchase an electric car. And I priced them around, and for a stripped down cheap model, they're about $49,000, right in that range. If you can find one, then they go up farther. The more power the battery has,
right.
The price of the car goes up to $69,000 to $99,000.
Right.
So now you're going to have to go out and get a loan
for the battery.
for the new car.
Wait a minute.
So your interest rate depends on your credit score. So if you got really good credit, you get interest rate on this $49,000 at about 3% on up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, whatever you credit score.
Right. I wonder, do most people know how electricity is made? It requires some fuel to make that electricity. I'm just
once the electricity is made,
it's
not going to be free, and then you're going to go. You're going to be paying $500, $600 a month of interest, and a monthly payment on this new electric car if you can get one.
The only way an electric car would be worth my while if you told me that I never had to pay to recharge it. Then I'm good. Exactly.
They don't charge you at these charging stations. They're not going to do it free.
Right. Which I wouldn't either. Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's a joke. It's a it's a manipulation of the ignorance of Americans, especially the wacko environmentalists. It's going to cost you more money.
If you can afford, if you can't afford one of these $49,000 electric cars,
right?
And you get a used one,
right?
Then if the battery goes out in it, you're looking at paying anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 to $8,000,
right,
to replace the battery in it. So I just don't understand under this blinking how you gonna be saving $80 a month.
Well, I can tell you what, they're gonna take my gas can from me the same way they're gonna take my gun when I'm gone. Because I'm going with gas. I'm never gonna go electricity. I'm using, even if I gotta buy gas on the underground,
Into the electric car dealer, how much do you think you're gonna get for it?
They'll probably charge you for leaving it. Okay. Yeah. All right. You too, man. Yeah, I'm not going electricity. I mean, $40,000, $47,000 for a car. And then you still got to put electricity in it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
I want to say, I heard something that we're going to take 10,000 Ukraine and fit in.
I know.
100,000. We never took that many Haitians in. We never took that many any other culture in. They won't let the Mexicans in. What's so special?
Wait a minute. We don't have to let the Mexicans in. They come in anyway.
What is so special about the Ukraine? Why we got to get 100,000?
Well, we haven't even taken. We don't have the resources for our own people. Those diplomatic and those foreign policy principles and policies. Only the people of there. Now, Biden and his son get a lot of money from Ukraine, though. So, they just paying them back.
Yeah, I think that's too many countries in Europe.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, brother. I ain't figured it out. I think it's a racist move. I think it's a racist agenda. I mean, you don't blame the people for wanting to get the hell out of there. Nobody does. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. We don't really take a lot of folks of the darker hue into the United States. We really don't. Yeah. Listen, they got a lot of countries over in Europe. It seems like to me, but again, we're going to open our gates up. Our southern gates are open. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let me see here before I get to my other main thing I'm going to talk about this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
Yes.
Hey, you had a caller calling in, and we're crying about fuel prices. We're crying about capital standards. If you're going to spend the money to put that 240 plug in, you can also spend that money to put in a solar array and a solar battery. Most people, as yourself included, most people, when they get in the evening time, they park their car.
Yeah.
The cost of fuel, you're going to pay for transportation costs anyway. You're going to pay for fuel. The price of cars has gone up. Electric cars are costing the same thing as gas-powered cars right now. So,
are a little bit more, aren't they?
I don't see what the big deal is unless it's just people don't want to change.
Well, yeah, but we're not really getting rid of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels make the electricity.
Kevin,
yeah.
We are cutting down the dependency of fossil fuels. We have other ways to get electricity. Nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants in the past have been taboo, and oh no, we don't need those. The technology has changed, and all we have to do is change with technology. Energy dependency happens over a period of time. We have to wean ourselves from one.
And we agree, but don't tell me that idiot in the White House telling we're going to save $80 a month when actually it's going to end up costing us more money, okay, in order to have an electric car. It's going to cost more. Well, I'm just talking about I'm talking about my run, not the long run. Probably about 3.
Okay, and one of the reasons you changed those cars is because of safety and energy efficiency, right?
No, I don't know how to listen. I don't know how to fix a car. So the minute I have a problem with a car, I go trade it in. I don't care what's wrong because I don't want to get stuck in the Talca County in the backwoods of Talca County and not know how to get the hell out of there. That's why I traded it in. Yeah.
From your driving, from your lifetime of driving,
yeah.
Every car you progress to has got more miles per gallon.
True.
Okay. And it costs you some money to move to that step. You say the numbers work
Overtime, right? Overtime, but you got, you know how much time you got to put in order for it to balance out.
Kevin, no, it doesn't take that long.
Okay.
You get it in less than 10 years. But Kevin, your house, how much insulation is in your roof?
I don't know. I never go up there.
Okay, if I told you you spend $500 to get the insulation gone on your roof, your power bill will go down every month by $25 to $50.
No.
How long will it take for you to recap that $500 that you spent to insulate your roof?
Well, what you're saying is true. Hell, I'm going to call him today.
Okay, well, I got somebody for you.
I mean,
You spend price and time. Also, coffee your windows. Will it change out the windows in your house?
Yeah.
It'll save you over time. You will recap that money in a period of time.
Yeah, but you just got to have the money to get it done at one time.
Okay, but we're all buying cars. How many cars are sold every day in the United States?
Well, probably
They're making them and they're buying.
probably a couple 100,000. Yeah.
Okay, when we had the Great Recession,
Right.
we did cash for pump. Everybody hated Obama for that. But you know who started that situation, don't you? Who started that cash for pump thing?
Reagan.
So that was actually started under Bush.
Oh.
And Obama kept going on with that because you have to see a plan and work it through.
Right.
Each president. Because the president, we elect presidents for 4 years.
Right.
You have to work together. All it is, either my way or no way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way our country has gotten right now. And nobody will be happy. We all have to compromise and give and take in this world, in this country.
Yeah, we do. All right. Hey, I appreciate your call. When we come back, let me tell you something I found out over the weekend, and I've been meaning to get to this in the last few minutes or so. Now, at 8 o'clock, I'm scheduled to have a guest. Now, this guest is a young man I've known for like 31 years, and his partner. He's a millennial. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. His last name happened to be Elkins also. But we gonna see. I wanted a millennial to come up here to so I could try to understand their frame of thought. That's right. LeMaster will be up here. That's right. LeMaster, my son, along with another millennial guy, and I'm gonna try to see if I can understand their methodology of the decision-making process on societal issues that how do they reach that conclusion? That's what I'm trying to do. Now, I don't know if he said it's coming, so we'll see. My son's one of the best photographers in town, but some of that other thinking he'd be using, I just don't know. Anyway, we'll be back. Animals and birds who live nearby. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things and what they do.
Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. New blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds and shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code radio at checkout. Blindster.com.
Quiet start to the work week for today. Our Monday is looking good. Mostly sun, highs in the low 80s. A light wind and the humidity is
yellow.
Tonight, we'll see a chance of storms closer to sunrise Tuesday.
I don't know. No, they said in the last 10 years.
Weather Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon, damaging winds, a couple of tornadoes. Certainly.
I can't remember. You know, you trading so fast. What can I do?
And then another change. Strong storms Wednesday.
I just didn't remember. You know, hey. Not in the last 10 years.
Brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better.
Anyway, when y'all come up to the third floor.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking
Right next to the big brown building, right next to the that water fountain, that big water Black Lives Matter crap that's downtown. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right. Third floor, yeah.
Or equity loan is just a call away. Call the A-team at MCS in Montgomery 567-9000 and MLS 232-876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Talk tires with Montgomery's #1 tire store, Chico's Auto Pros. Chico's has you covered with Chico's Auto Pros price match guarantee and 0 down options.
Hi, I'm Dave Kias, host of Barbecue Radio Nation, along with my co-host, barbecue expert Dan Hathaway.
Every week, we will be giving you the best tips on how you can grill and smoke your favorite meats, vegetables, and even desserts.
Whether you're a beginner or seasoned expert, our show is designed to help you become a better backyard barbecuer.
And from my years on the competition circuit, I will show you how you can be the envy of your neighborhood.
Be sure and tune in for Barbecue and Fun, Saturdays at 6 p.m.
right here on News Radio 1440. Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works overtime with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget is available as a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in-store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Hi, I hope you like this restaurant. Thanks for coming out with me.
So what do you do?
Oh, I'm an investing app.
Oh, wow. The one that lets people diversify their portfolios with fine art?
That's my cousin, Masterworks.
Do you have their number?
Oh, come on, not again.
What? I just want to invest in an asset class that's more stable than my love life.
Learn more at Masterworks.io and use promo code DATE.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at Masterworks.io/disclaimer.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Did you know that June is Men's Health Month?
Ladies, now is the time to encourage the men and boys in your life to make that doctor's appointment he's been putting off, or talk to the doctor about the symptoms he's been having. We're outliving men by 5 years. Let's change that by raising awareness this month on preventable health problems, early detection, and treatment of diseases that impact men and boys.
Men, it's time to talk to the younger generation and encourage healthy lifestyles. Exercise more, drink more water, and cut down on junk food. Let's set an example for our kids that will not only affect their lives, but the lives of their children. June is the perfect time to schedule your annual checkup and make those healthy lifestyle changes.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information,
mercy me.
www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial, the Ben Shapiro Show.
They're not going to be willing to keep the government shut down.
Today at 3 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All right, the numbers are 860-1440, just in case you happen think you can actually, have mental wits with me this morning. That's good. I'm good. Now, I was going to I've been meaning to get to this all day long because somebody called me on the weekend and sent me proof. So I'm going to, again, I don't know if our city council has anything to do with this. Probably not, but, I thought I'd bring it up anyway. Has anybody noticed? Now, I realize that Ukraine has been, invaded. Russia did it. I also realized that we had COVID for a couple of years now. We're trying to figure it out. Then we had Omicron, and then we got, and then so there are a lot of environmental things that have gone on in our country the last few years, and last couple of years that has put us in a strain. I got that part. So it is not invisible to me some of the environmental things that have gone on in our country that has caused certain prices to go up. I think they're bidding us over, but hey, that's the way it goes. Unless he who has the gold can make the golden rule, right? That's what they do. But here's one commodity that is in our city, and I would imagine all over America, that we're wondering about. And here it is. A external reporter of the Decisions radio show has gone out and purposely looked at the gas prices in some of our local gas stations. Now, it is not unusual that the prices have gone up. Some are fluctuating, go up and down and up. And we realize that, because we understand that. But here's what we don't quite understand. Why is it that gas prices in the black community seem to be a hell of a lot higher than they are on other parts of town? Now, now I know we ain't stealing gas. Are we stealing gas? You can't even steal gas. I mean, you got to go in there and pay for the gas first. So nobody's stealing the gas. So I'm looking at a couple of instances right now that we have had in our town. And so let's go here. On one part of town, gas is $3.68.9. So let's go $3.69. Okay. Now on the east part of town, same grade of gas is. I'm looking at the pictures. This is not a. Okay. At Pace Car on the other side of town, it is $4.09 a gallon. And it seems that on the Post side of town, the gas is higher exponentially than it is on the east side of town. Now, if the guys really want to make a lot of money, take the gas up on the east side of town and let us poor folks on the west side of town and the Post side of town, north side of everything, let us get some gas. Okay. Now, I don't know, and I wish I had I know the city council can't tell people how much to charge for their goods and services. I got that part. But I think we need an investigation in this. Why is gas, same kind of gas, so much more on one part of town than it is on another part of town? Now, are people screwing us, gluing us, and tattooing us? Well, my investigation rules on. Okay, I'm just asking the question. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Kevin, this is Marty. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, the reason why the gases are the way they are on the west side of town or in a lot of these black neighborhoods, especially locally, the reason why they have no problem raising them is because we're going to continue to pay for it. We're going to continue to go there and get our gas. Now, if a large portion of us don't frequent those gas stations and protest those gas stations and go to the east side of town or another side of town to get the gas, I guarantee you the prices will go down. And let me tell you why. Let's say you have a racetrack on one side of the street and you have an Exxon on another.
Right.
Pay attention. If you ever notice those prices, not much difference. And if there is, the next day you wake up, those prices are going to be the same or either lower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a competitive edge, but we can be a little lackadaisical and everything. But if we stand together and say, I refuse to pay these prices, and you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else, I guarantee you it will go down.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. But we have to be woke enough to understand the value of a dollar and the value of a dollar to these companies that don't appreciate your service or may take your service for granted or extort your patron.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much where you go. And then another thing too, I know this don't have anything to do with another, but you've heard this old saying, when the other folks catch cold, we catch pneumonia. So a lot of you see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. You can look at the unemployment, when they say unemployment rate is, let's say 8%, well, ours is 16% unemployment. Figuratively speaking, it's always been the case. But if we understand
except when Trump was in, our unemployment rate went way down. I did not keep going.
Yeah, that makes for another show.
Yeah.
But I just want to put that out there. But if we understand, we wake up, we educate ourselves to the value of our patronage
Mm-hmm.
these particular companies, and just say, look, I'm going to take my business elsewhere, I guarantee you it'll go down. But it would take the city council or a community leader to stand up and say, hey, look, we really can't do anything policy-wise, but here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. And what you can do, I guarantee, and a lot of times, I'm not being, racist or anything of that nature, but a lot of these gas stations are owned by, Indians, good people, great folks, or what have you. But they're going to do all they possibly can to make sure they reach the bottom line, or if not profit.
Okay.
But that's my 2 cents.
I appreciate it. And again, somebody brought this up to me, and I didn't really notice it, but then I rode around a little bit, and from three, let's see, from three, what was the Let me look at this thing. Circle K. Okay, Circle K on Ann Street is $3.65 a gallon. Same company on Southern Boulevard is $4.18. Now, again, I'm not claiming anything here, but I'm just wondering, can our city council people look into these practices? Again, we can't, we don't want to boycott, shut anybody down, but I do believe if you're taking unfair advantage of people because they happen to live in a certain demographics, I think that's unfair. Okay, and of course it's unfair. Okay, I mean, if anybody else got any, please text me 294-1298 because I want to know what the prices are, and are they, and it looks like they're cheaper on the east than it is on the west in the post side of town. Good morning.
So you believe that the solar station owners are racist?
I didn't say nothing about race. I said that economic, they may be well, right, but that's right. Well, that's necessary. They got white folks that are poor. They got white folks that are poor.
You think they sell less gas or more gas in the poor side of town?
Probably more gas.
You think they sell more?
Yes, because we like to ride. Because we ride. We got to go places. Well, but again, I guess the question would be, the question would be, why would gas be more on one part of town than the other side of town? And they got a right to make a profit. I don't believe we are. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say. I guess it makes some sense. Well, I guess if half your heat's going outside through your roof, you're going to use more heat. You're going to use more. Yeah. Right, but if your natural gas, if you have to use more gas in your house because your heat is escaping, then I can understand why you. Yeah.
You use petroleum and everything. The roof leak out on your house, where did they that up?
Shingles.
Shingles is a thing. It's not a material. What is this shingles made of?
I don't know. That ain't my job. I don't know.
How about petroleum products?
Okay, petroleum's in a lot of things. I mean, petroleum is in plastic. What cows make? Wait a minute. Don't cows make fertilizer?
No.
Well, who makes it? The stuff they put out. They use that for fertilizer. Well, corn, I know about corn. Wait a minute, don't cows put out poop they use for fertilizer?
No.
Really? Well, I've been wrong a long time. I didn't know that. I thought cows and dogs. They don't? Man, I've been stupid a long time. I thought they used human poop too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we understand sometimes it's an exception to the rule.
Okay. No, it really ain't. If you look at the FBI statistics, what they define as a mass shooting,
I think it's 4 people or more.
You know what demographic leads in that?
I would not be surprised if it was, Yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah, I hear you. I know. Yeah.
They don't come up with any. They don't read. They don't study. It's a feel-good thing.
Okay, but the most surprising thing today, though, right? But the most surprising thing I've heard this day is that cow's manure is not used for fertilizer. So that's what you're telling me. So what they use it for? Okay, let me cogitate on that because all this time I didn't eat cabbage because I thought the cow had pooped on it. But if that's the case, I'm going back to eating cabbage. We'll be back.
Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
A quiet start to the work week for today. Our Monday is looking good, mostly sunny, highs in the low 80s, a light wind, and the humidity is low. For tonight, late tonight, we'll see a chance of showers and storms closer to sunrise Tuesday, and there will be rain and storms and a threat of severe weather Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon. Damaging winds, a couple of tornadoes, certainly possible early Tuesday. The second half of Tuesday would dry out, and then another chance of strong storms late Wednesday and Wednesday night. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Whether your credit's excellent or just plain slow, cash out, refinance, or equity loan is just a call away. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka, 567-9000, NMLS 232-876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes, but why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we trimming the same as usual?
Yeah.
How's your baby girl doing?
She's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and a great team that's easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinance too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
If you have a small business, let Staples be your shipping partner. I'm generating orders 24/7. I don't have time to ship them too. Staples has it covered.
A one-stop shipping solution for a business that works non-stop.
Added mailers in every size and color. Staples has your shipping covered with packing and shipping supplies and services. Now get 15% off UPS Ground and 20% off UPS Express shipping services. If you need to ship at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 4/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/services/shipping for details.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy. Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
Hoops fans, Titus and Tate are
Church in the
whole place.
My poor mother had to yell back at this lady, what happened in Raleigh?
Mark Titus and Tate Frazier are two basketball diehards, talking NBA, NCAA, and all things sports.
They don't know anything. Yes, they don't know anything. Yeah, what is wrong with these guys? And to that we would say,
listen and subscribe to Titus and Tate, free wherever you get your podcasts, for the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All righty now. little Three Dog Night there. I know you haven't heard them in a while. That's okay. It's pretty good, folks. Anyway, good morning to you. We're talking about now coming up at 8 o'clock. It's Millennial Day. That's right. I'm going to take a couple of millennials up here, and my son being one of them, and they're going to try to match wits with me, which is a lost cause to begin with, but we'll take it on anyway. We're going to see where their head is and what they're all about. Emmanuel was his name, Emmanuel. But I named him LeMaster because it was what a great name. That name's like a touch of aristocracy. You know what I'm saying? Sophistication, as it were. It is 8 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. Man, where's the time go when you're having fun around here? I don't know. Again, another story. If you go to my Facebook page or you look on Google or somewhere, you'll find where in Georgia, it seems if you want to win a game, or if you don't win the game, you take it out on the ref, because most of the basketball teams beat the hell out of the referee. You check that out. But I would imagine they got ODD or something like that. There's also going to be one of our school superintendent finalists. They got a job in New Orleans. So let's see. We got the police chief, the assistant police chief from New Orleans over here. And now we've taken one of our candidates for our superintendent and sending them over there. And here's something else about our police chief. Some nasty crap came out about the new chief. I don't pay it any attention. Okay, here's my problem. When you get into a higher ranking position, be it mayor, be it police chief, command sergeant major, whatever you get into, there's always going to be people taking shots at you. Because even though they're not good enough to have that job, some reason they got passed over, some reason something happened to them, somebody's always going to say something about you. Now, I am willing, I don't really care what happened in New Orleans. I care what happens in Montgomery, Alabama. If he comes here and he does a great job and we get rid of some of this obvious crime that we have, then I don't have a problem. Whatever happened. You know what they say? What happens in New Orleans stays in New Orleans. Okay? I don't care what happened over there, because there's always going to be somebody who said something about it. I put case in point. You go out the street today and say, "Tell me about Kevin Elkins." Some people will say he's a nice guy. Some people say he's a butthole. I mean, some people say he ain't by jack. He's worse than the dog doodle on my shoe. I mean, that's what people are going to think about you. So can we give the new police chief a shot here? Let's see what he can do. Okay, we got to get tired of making enemies out of people. Okay, we got to get tired of that. So we gotta welcome him. And I think he looks like me. He's got a plan. He's going to do a good job. He's got a lot of experience, and let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I'm just. So I don't really care what letters they sent on Facebook in New Orleans and all. I don't care. Okay, that was then. This is now. Because my Lord, if the Lord held me to the same standard that we hold people to, I would never be able to leave my house in the morning. Okay, I'm just saying. So can we do that, please, for me? Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
You mentioned about Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yes.
What do you think he would say today? By the way, do you think he'd be killed by a white man like James Earl Ray today?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Chances are he'd be killed by another black man.
I mean, again, I don't know. I would hope not. But
would it matter?
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
What would he say about the number of aborted children today? Would he say, "Well, we haven't got enough aborted black children today"?
Well, I don't believe it will. I mean, I think he was fighting against the indiscriminate killing of black folks.
Do you think he'd be saying that we need to be shooting more black people?
Well, of course not. Of course.
Do you think he'd be pleased with the educational effort?
Now there's one point I believe Martin Luther King would be entirely upset about, the way we have discarded our educational process and the pursuit of excellence in our public and our traditional public schools.
By the way, I just think you come up with something, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know what they call that?
What it called? Well, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Let me take one more call. We're going to call this an hour. I see my millennial has showed up. Good morning. Who's this? Fine.
This morning hanging out with Emmanuel. And Paula, he's not as smart as he thinks he is. I know I'm going to get into the weeds comments, but he's an idiot.
Okay.
Cow manure. It's called compost. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, and you can buy cow manure and it's mass produced as fertilizer, as well as other countries have been known, such as our brothers to the south of us, use human fecal matter for fertilizer. So he's not as smart as he thinks he is when it comes to manure. So what I call that in your term, Bravo Sierra.
Bravo Sierra. Well, listen, there are a lot of things I don't quite understand, but I know what Bravo Sierra is when I hear it. Well, my time is up. I got to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the weeds with the millennials. Is my other buddy coming too?
Yeah, he's coming up.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to see who can outwit who here. Okay. I mean, I know I'm brilliant. My son thinks he is. But we'll see. Let's see where he is. Okay. We'll be back. Mike's not off now. It's not the Facebook thing, is it? So don't cuss nobody out.
We have to have a filter.
Well, not really. On Facebook, I don't care, but show a little class, brother.
Oh, okay.
You want a glass of water in there? Did I ever show you around? Have you been up here?
Years ago.
In the month of March, there were 457 fires burning more than 16,000 acres. That's up significantly from this time last year. There were 78 fires on Wednesday alone. Forestry Commission officials say the wind and vinegar are playing a huge role in the increase in fires this season. Sports news: the University of South Carolina Gamecocks won the women's national championship in basketball last night. They beat Connecticut 64-49. The men's final set for tonight, Kansas takes on. That's your news on this Monday.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov categorically denying accusations of war crimes, uncovered after Russian troops were driven out of towns outside Ukraine's capital. Correspondent Holly Williams has details from southeastern Zaporizhia.
On a highway outside Kyiv, Ukrainian officials say images show the naked corpses of at least 4 women. They claim the Russians tried to burn the bodies. There have been several allegations of rape against Russian troops during this invasion. Ukrainian officials say they're investigating.
The Kremlin calls the photos staged fakes. The war in Ukraine was front and center at last night's Grammy Awards in Las Vegas. CBS's Monica Ricks.
One of the most emotional moments of the night.
Rain down, freedom, rain down.
John Legend's tribute to Ukraine followed this message from President Vladimir Zelensky.
We are fighting Russia, which brings horrible silence with its bombs, the death silence. Feel the silence with your music. Feel it today.
Top winners last night: The Late Show's John Baptiste, Silk Sonic, and Olivia Rodrigo. The Senate Judiciary Committee meets next hour to prepare to vote on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination to the Supreme Court. It's expected to pass along party lines, sending the nomination onto the full Senate. If she's confirmed, Jackson will be the first Black woman to serve on the High Court. Scientists at the UN worked through the weekend on what could be the most dramatic report on climate change yet.
The panel's expected to say only a rapid, massive, and arguably highly disruptive reduction in global carbon emissions can avert climate catastrophe. Climatologist Stuart Hazeldine.
We're busy putting literally a hose pipe of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every year, and we're trying to bail that out with a thimble.
Talks on the final draft stretched far past yesterday's deadline, and the report some governments were pressuring the scientists to water down their findings. Vicky Barker, CBS News.
News. Parts of the eastern U.S. slammed by dangerous storms are in for a third week of unsettling weather. WCBS radio meteorologist Craig Allen.
This new area of showers and thunderstorms will become rather intense and potentially severe. And it runs from the lower plains, again, Texas is included in this, as well as portions of Oklahoma, and it continues beyond the Mississippi Valley over into the Gulf Coast region.
Can't beat him. Just weeks after Elon Musk accused Twitter of impinging on his free speech, an SEC filing disclosed today shows he's acquired a 9.2% stake in the company. This is CBS News.
He's a photographer.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay out. The IRS's giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The U.S. government has seized the mega yacht of a Russian oligarch with close ties to Vladimir Putin. Associated Press reporters at the scene say they saw police going in and out of the boat in Spain's Port of Mallorca. Australia has begun rolling out a fourth dose of COVID vaccines as cases there soar beyond pandemic levels.
The Omicron variant's causing great concern, with case numbers at record levels. Health Minister Greg Hunt says a fourth dose of the vaccine is now available.
That dosing regime will start in our general practices, in our state and Commonwealth clinics, and our Indigenous medical clinics.
And with the Australian winter,
You just have somebody on there talking about sports or something.
and those with immune deficiencies.
Okay.
to receive the fourth dose.
You want 1440?
CBS
Huh?
News
You want
The
1440?
Food and Drug Administration
Oh,
says
oh,
expert
oh.
advisors will meet Wednesday
That's
to
it right there.
discuss who should get second booster shots in this country and
Huh?
when. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I barely made it, but my stomach told us. Mine is too. I guess I ain't drinking no water with the lax still. Boy, that don't hit me this morning.
You took Lactus. Oh yeah, but y'all know you rolled.
I gotta get that out. I think it's gone now.
Ooh.
Then I left the gym with it.
You already went to the gym this morning?
Yeah. I'm trying to wake up at 6.
Boom, you text me out like. Oh boy.
About the misses up here.
Yeah, man.
You finna talk too.
Put on there. I'm gonna say here. Get in the mic. Get on them.
You like extra people.
For real.
You looking like a thug right now, so.
Ooh. But he's okay. Looking like no thug.
Oh, what's going on, man? Okay, all right.
Man.
And who are you?
This is my fiance, Takara.
Fiance, it's
So,
good. See, black folks don't have fiance.
Soon to be fiance, but no.
Soon to be.
Soon to be. Yeah.
No, I'm not so soon to be fiance.
No, you're my fiance. Soon to be.
Yeah, what's the difference between
right now?
What's the difference between a fiance and a soon to be fiance?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
You gonna hook her up too?
Yeah, well,
That's so funny.
because you can't hear unless you have headphones.
Oh, okay.
But I see what you see in her, but I'm trying to.
You trying to do what she see in me? I gotta dig beneath the surface.
I dig.
I gotta dig a little deeper than that. I gotta dig a little deeper than that.
You keeping your earring.
Hmm?
You keeping your earring.
That earring thing.
Your beard.
Beards are good. Beards are good.
Oh, you ain't got a complaint?
Well, I mean, it could be a little tight.
Could be a little tighter.
But you know.
You know what?
You tell them
We don't live together, so we don't have to worry about that.
Man, I struggle trying to grow this out, man. So I'm proud. I'm proud of this little growth right here, man.
Now this haircut right here, I'm trying to figure. Now I kind of like it. I can kind of deal with it. I'm just trying to figure. But why you grow half your hair the right way and the other half all spring out?
Oh, mine's the same way.
Okay, that's a new thing.
Yeah, that's the style.
Why don't you do yours?
Not stop growing someplace.
Stop growing. Well, listen, I think that may be why we're trying that Joe out now, because maybe.
You're moisturized.
I do moisturize my hair, man.
You could say we baby oil in your hair still.
Yeah.
They gonna keep it shined up. You gotta put some hair food in it though.
Hair food? What the hell is hair
Yeah,
food?
man, you gotta put you something like some shea butter or something in it that's gonna feed it.
You pretty much got like a shiny, dirty car. Like, it's shiny.
That's a different enough.
But it's still dirty.
Okay, now see, I gotta play music of y'all's generation. No rap.
Oh, you can play some jazz, man.
No rap. I ain't jazz either.
I need to come on that side.
No, you don't.
You say you want to learn the throat.
Let's see now. I'll play a little. I do like a couple of rap songs.
What you like? What you listen to?
I do like Tupac. Or Tupac, whatever name.
Okay, Tupac. I'm talking about like some today's music.
Well, I do like that WAP song. I didn't know what the hell she was talking about for about a year.
Oh, yeah.
What's that doing?
Oh, you can pop block it to this right here.
Alrighty then, we are back. My guests in the studio. I got two young men. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and we got somebody else in here too, but you know, I don't know if she wants to be known like that. You know, she get out here and then she lose all her friends, and so we just not even gonna bring her in unless she wants to talk. Anyway, tell folks who you are.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Paris McGee, and beauty professional here in Montgomery, Alabama, and I'm just grateful, man, to be able to come on and just talk a little bit and hang out with you this morning, man.
Okay, and who are you?
No, I am the one, the only,
the
best version of you, Mr. L.
I wouldn't lie about that. I mean, you're probably right. You're taller, you're handsomer. You know, I got you. You good? You ain't lying. Anyway, I brought you guys up here. Now, Mr. McGee, you are a aspiring entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Of sorts. What is your plans? What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now, and from where we are?
Wow. So right now, I've been a barber for about 12 years, and we said about 10 years from now. 10 years from now, I see myself owning a couple of beauty parlors here in the city of Montgomery, and in the southern region, you know, Atlanta, Florida, Mississippi area. I see myself teaching other people how to be better barbers. I think there's a negative connotation that's associated with what we do, and so I see myself just shifting the narrative and changing what that looks like to everybody.
So it ain't what you do; it's how you do.
It's how you do.
It's how you do. Because I was a cook in the Army, and people for some reason thought you're an idiot if you were a cook.
Oh, wow.
You know, and my test scores were high, but anyway, it ain't. But funny, the one thing people are going to do every day. There's three things people are going to do. They're going to cut their hair, they're going to eat, and they're going to die.
Oh wow, yeah.
So so don't ever be ashamed about being in the funeral home business. Although that seems to be the only business we seem to get. Yeah. But now we got the only business where we have the business and we furnish the customers. But we can talk about that later on. Emmanuel, you are a what? What do you do? See, I was gonna say it, but I got it wrong all this year. So you tell the folks what you do.
You already told them what I do. I do photography and videos and smile productions.
What's a smile production? What's that? Watch your smile.
I said small.
Oh, small productions. Okay. And you work with some of our well-known politicians. He does. He has did video of some of our politicians. Some of the stuff you've probably seen on television. I'm proud of him for that. They won't talk to me, but they'll talk to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know.
Got somebody in the door.
Yeah. I brought you up. Your generation, you guys are called millennials, and it's only because your generation is a little different from one of the biggest things we have going on today is violence in our communities. Why do you guys believe that there is so much of that, and how much of that lies at the feet of something or somebody else, or is it all us, or the individual? Why do you think that the violation is so proliferated in our community?
Wow. I mean, just off of the top of my head, man, I think social media has a lot to do with it. I think we have a lot of access to our kids, right? I think we have a lot of access to things early on, and so I think that puts us in a position where we, have to try to prove ourselves. We have peer pressure, things of that nature. I think that may be one of the reasons why.
Of course, every generation has had that. Every generation has had peer pressure. Every generation has had, some people had what others didn't, even back in the 1940s, 60s.
Right.
So school is part of my problem, is that we make more excuses for our kids today in public school than we've ever made in any time in the history of America. We give them disease every time they do something. This morning, somebody sent me a tape. We're in Georgia, right up the road. Basketball team losing the game. They beat the referee up.
The kids?
Yeah, the kids on the basketball team.
Wow.
They beat the referee up.
Wow.
I saw a couple months ago, there was a daughter who got out, who her mother said, get out the car. She said, I ain't getting out nothing. She got out and beat her mama up.
Wow, man.
I mean, we would never,
wow.
We would never think of those things going on. Now we may be getting the beat down.
Right.
Well, what? No, beating mama down.
Oh man, I can't even imagine.
I can't either. Man, you went to public school in Montgomery years ago. What was your experience like?
In public school?
Yeah.
We're talking about. That's kind of a deep question.
Deep.
I didn't have the normal public school lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would say that
Oh yeah.
I think that
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, but what would you send your kids to public school?
Yes.
What?
I would. Yeah, I would too.
See, when I went to school, we was going through a phase where at one point everybody wanted to be the comedian and the funny guy. So bullying was just, they were just talking.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when I
went so serious.
Yeah, and then when I went to high school, kind of transitioned where everybody wanted to be,
I've often said, and I've told you that, I've often said, listen, there's one way to deal with a bully, name but one way to do it.
Confront him.
That's right. Hit him upside the head with a yard biscuit. Okay. I mean, that's what it is. You got to, and I guarantee you, once you do that, even if he whoops your butt, he'll never mess with you ever again.
But how about his cousin?
Well, you gotta have more than one biscuit.
And then, in today's age, once you're a punk, you're always a punk. If they get you one time, they coming back.
They come take your lunch money and all kind of things.
Listen, every chance they get.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me take a call here. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Hello. No, which him? Yeah, I got two of them. Yeah, I got the son and his friend. Yeah.
Photography and video.
Okay. I got a question to ask him. Then I'm gonna ask him to get my phone number from you. I need to talk to him in private.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him this question. You and both of the guys, the other guy too. What is the greatest scripture in your mind? What is the greatest scripture?
You want me to look?
Will you answer that for me?
Well, I didn't get your name, ma'am. I'll go first. I'm the barber, the beauty professional here in Montgomery, and
My name is Ava Love Lewis.
Miss Ava Love Lewis.
Yeah, I'm a retired veteran. I've been in I don't know that I met one before.
Okay, Miss Love Lewis. Okay, well, look, we thank you for calling in this morning. So to answer your question, I wish you were here. You could see this sweater I have on. It's a scripture in Mark, right? It's Mark 12:30, and it says, love God, and love people. And to me, oh no, I was just saying, to me, that's one of my favorites. I think that pretty much sums up a lot of what what scriptures are about. So.
What about the other guy?
Well, looking for me, mine will be Philippians 4. You can do all things through Christ. That's pretty much what my name is.
Oh, I ain't know my favorite. What's your favorite, Miss Love Lewis?
John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave it one and only son for us. You know, because I ain't found nobody yet that'll give their one and only child for me. Have you? I'm going to hang up, but please get my number for Kevin. I'm going to ask in private. You okay?
Okay. Private thing's always good. All right then. Now, when the last time y'all been to church?
Sunday.
I've been in church like 3 days a week.
Were you there Sunday?
No,
you weren't there.
Good morning, you on there?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Union with Chairman Union. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
How you doing, man? Good morning.
I'm doing great. Yes, first of all, Emmanuel, did Chairman teach you how to drive?
Negative.
Maybe that's why he drives like that. That's why he drives like that. Maybe. Is that why? Oh, you didn't teach him? See?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't have the patience for it. But now that I'm getting older, I ain't got any but time. So yeah, I can do it.
My dad is a lot. Yeah, my dad is a lot more patient now than when he was when I was
when
in
you
my teenage years.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, do you have any patience with you?
No.
No.
I barely got some now.
That's baby. You gotta be honest about it.
But I barely got some now. But you know, we can talk now. He's a grown man, so we can have grown up conversations now. And you know, even though he still asks me crazy questions periodically, that's okay. That's what I'm there for, to put the crazy questions on. So that's good.
Yes. I like to call it. I'll go carry on. No, I like to call it surgery at this point.
Okay.
I got a painting I did years ago. And I like some print done of it. Will you ever help out something like that?
Sure, you have to have it scanned and sent it to me visually.
It's a pretty big size, approximately 18 by 36, something like that.
Yeah, you have to have a you have to have a picture taken of it.
I can bring a picture to you and let you do the thing on maybe sign it down. If you will give your daddy, make your daddy a picture or something.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody can make a thing. One of my biggest qualms with young folks is that they blame the past too often. Some past they don't know nothing about, but they blame it for failure. What say you? Do you guys have any problem? Has race been an issue for you guys? You're both young. Has race been an issue for you guys out here in the workplace or in the communities?
Personally, no, not for me. In the first part of your question, I think the biggest part of it is like accountability. You know, our generation, we don't want to be accountable for anything. We always look for somebody. It's their fault why I didn't do this. It's mama's fault why. Like, when are you gonna wake up and realize that you have the power to change your right now? You know, so. Yeah.
What say you?
And you said race?
Yeah.
As in me being black?
Yeah. Have you felt any?
Let's see. I'll answer this question in a good way.
Right. Like, you gotta treat it carefully with this one.
I would say that I've been equally treated fairly with everybody.
That sounds
I
good.
think that's
White people typically treat me a little bit better.
better than your own people.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's the truth, man.
Well, is that because of resources mainly, or
Even with jobs and getting promoted and large contracts, it typically comes from my white people.
okay? Well, again, though, that has something to do with resources, wouldn't it? Rather than, I mean, blacks traditionally in America just don't have the refund, don't have the money.
They have the money.
Okay, I'm trying to help them out.
They have the money.
Okay. Well, let's get into politics for a second.
Let's get into it.
Well, it bothers you. I mean, you're affected by whether you vote or not. Have you voted lately?
No, I haven't.
Okay, how come?
Listen, you take a drink of water.
I mean, if you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Have you voted lately?
In the last election, yeah.
Who'd you vote for? Which for president? Who'd you vote for
I
president?
plead the fifth.
Well, that means you voted for Biden. So
I
that's,
plead
that,
the
okay,
fifth.
listen, why did you vote for Biden? Only Democrats plead the fifth, so I know who you are.
Honestly, man, I wanted to get Trump out of there, man.
Okay.
I wanted to be part of the reason.
You see how I assess that real quickly there?
Listen,
Yeah, I got
I mean,
you.
you're political, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you keep up with these.
And why did you want to get rid of Trump, even though black folks did better under Trump than any president in United States history?
Well, you know, I didn't like all the negative stuff that came with Trump being in office, man.
Okay.
It's
Such
just-
as?
I mean, I don't know. Trump just seems like he was out for clout, like on social media, man.
Okay.
Like he did more, you know, talking negatively about people on Twitter, like than actually.
Well, some people need to be talked about.
Oh, come on, man. You're president, man. You got more.
I'm with you. So in other words, he showed a lack of class.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah, I can agree.
Okay, and I like the guy, and I totally agree with you on that. He did show sort of a lack of class, but black folks did better under him than anybody in a long time, and that's what we keep forgetting. But I understand
He
you.
got us stressed out too, man. Like
Yeah.
people out here getting shot and killed in the street.
Trump did that?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you been listening too much to that CNN.
I don't know about that.
Okay, you been listening to that CNN. I ain't mad at you. Okay, that's good. You got something you want to say? Okay, you're doing good. Well, let me take another phone call before I go to break here. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. What does the sweater say? The sweater says. I have. It says love God, love people, and then the scripture is Mark 12:30.
No, this is not my son. This is another young man.
Yes, sir. You too.
Alrighty then. Good morning. I'll tell you why he asked you that question in a minute, because he gets on me all the time. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
I'm at the doctor's office, but I went to Facebook Live when I said your phone was on there. Which one? I can't see the picture real good, the video real good.
Mm-hmm.
I know how he looks. But is he the one with that crazy hair?
Yeah, that's the one. Right.
Okay. We've been hearing about you since you were at Capitol Heights. Okay, that's how far we go back. I go back listening to your father. You need to discuss with him right now that each generation has their styles as far as clothing and hairstyles, and as far as jobs are concerned, they cannot discriminate against you because of the type of hairstyle that you wear. So can you talk about that in an honest way with your father right now, from one generation to the other?
All right, yeah. So you agree that she seems to think that I'm out of touch with your generation, which I am.
I don't know, because dreadlocks been around for longer than I've been here, you've been here, and your parents.
Yeah, and some people didn't like. Some people like them. Some didn't like them.
Right.
But I don't like the weird hairdos. But that's just me, because I'm from a different generation.
Yeah,
and, I'm
And the
different.
last time I checked, dreadlocks is one of the oldest hairstyles in the world.
But I will say one thing: the way you learn from this is that you start your own business, do your own thing, and you don't have to worry about what anybody says.
Yeah.
Let me see who this is right quick. This is on my hotline there. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Councilman Mitchell.
Yes, Councilman Mitchell. Good morning.
I want to say thank you for your son. When I first came into office, we gathered probably maybe 200 men on the Capitol. He captured those pictures. He did the drone video that went viral throughout the whole nation, and it was just amazing that so many young men came to that one particular spot for a good reason. I just want to thank your son for capturing those pictures and that video.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Councilman. I appreciate that. I'm sure you can put that in his resume.
Yes, sir. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, did you hear about this gas thing, man? Okay, never mind. I'll get you down next time.
Stuck on a crazy hairstyle. I'm like,
well, it is kind of crazy, but it's only crazy to us because when you're in your 60s, things don't look the same way they did in your 20s.
You know, and then y'all wore some crazy hairstyles back in the day.
The worst. Wait
a lot of the style that we wear now comes from you guys.
The worst thing we wore was afro.
Oh man, no man.
Okay.
I had the Gumbies and
what the hell's a Gumby?
Slow cut. See, you don't know what it is, but it was a hot thing back then. What you said? What you said? 60?
Yeah.
I don't think the Gumby came until like the 90s.
Okay then. Good morning, on there.
Good morning.
Morning.
Man, you must have a gorgeous wife. Looking at you and looking at your son.
Well, listen, some people get all the good stuff. No, I knew. Yes.
But see, you talk about what's going on, but the side effect is the killing. You know, on the side effect will absolutely occur. And the last thing that I would comment on is that I would encourage all. I was listening to your call, your program earlier. This white guy was calling me and speaking about Martin Luther King Jr. I would encourage all your white listeners to pick up the book, The Central Writers and Speeches of Martin Luther King Jr. It's a great book. Then you'll know that King said more. That King talked about exactly what we're talking about today. That justice, talking about equal justice, equal rights. He talked about it. He didn't just say, I have a dream, and judge a person by the context of their character and not just theirs. So I feel almost like Will Smith when that guy was talking. Keep Martin Luther King's name.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. I wouldn't suggest you go and pop the guy in the face though.
Pop him in the mouth.
Yeah. We'll be back after this.
Man, this is cool, man. But this shows me I have a lot more studying to do. You got to be quick on the hip, man. For this kind of stuff right here.
I need this to be my own channel.
You got to be quick, man. Yeah, you got to be quick.
Can they hear me on that?
They can see you.
They can hear you on the internet. They can't hear you on the air.
I would like to see what her hairstyle right now. See 45% off.
She heard you. She heard you.
You probably got some old school rap, jailed up.
Well, now Roscoe the only one wear Jerry curls.
What you know about that kind of music? That's the music for back in my day, right there.
I definitely voted for Trump.
Tornadoes certainly
You did?
possible early Tuesday.
Yeah, that was
Second
easy.
half of Tuesday we dry out, and then another chance of strong storms.
That's the last time I actually voted.
That's your first
Oh, good. Good. Well, at least you did vote. That's good.
News Radio 1440.
So who'd you vote for?
Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
I know.
Did
Did you vote?
As a matter of fact, yeah, during the Trump election, I didn't.
I'm trying to say, yeah, I didn't vote. I'm still registering yours.
Well, hell, that don't mean then in with the Democrats vote, they can be registered in the city and vote.
Yeah.
And then the city they want to. I just wanted
When they call in,
to shoot the breeze.
Yeah, he's been jumping around here.
yeah, I gotta have me a subject.
So what's your subject? What you want to talk about?
Now they need one when they call.
Oh, you talking about them?
I ain't trying to take pictures of paintings and money.
I think that's kind of cool though,
I'm
man.
not trying to have no. I'm not trying to have no photography.
You can bring it to you, and you can resize it.
I don't want that crap.
It's probably a nice thing, man.
Oh, well, you too rich then. And I brought a couple dollars.
I heard that.
But I know. You know, I was thinking, man, what would I have to spend at good camera, good lens to get started?
Wrong thing already. It's about the light. What light you need to get.
So the light is more important than the.
So if I'm willing to spend $3,000, I can get something decent. I mean, I ain't trying to be like you.
I think he gets some. For probably less than that.
And she'll always
It depends what type of lights.
Here, Shelby County Sheriff John 78.
But yeah, I can definitely make that work.
So I want to take pictures of things.
Yeah,
Not-
I'm
not-
done talking to you already because we already had this conversation for the past 5 years.
Oh Lord.
Well, you ready? You're not going to buy something, leave it in the case for 5 years.
The next thing you know, you're trying to overprice me to buy it from.
Who will keep your family safe.
Well, since
You
you
gotta make
the
his money
only,
back then, so.
since you the only one used it, you know, my last new camera, only one used it was you.
By the time you sold it, it already went down.
Still took pictures. You can take a 9mm camera right now, still take pictures.
Not the type I do.
I mean, I guarantee you, I, as the average looker, wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That's why they messed up at. 'Cause when they look at other folks' work, then they come back and look at mine, they see a difference.
But yours is a lot of artificial stuff. You enhance it with software and things of that nature.
I've gotten my own signed copy of Stacks.
Okay.
I guess it's like, I don't know, I'm thinking about like a haircut.
See, that's what makes my work different. And a lot of people kind of be intimidated because my work
Like most
shows
Americans,
people how bad
pretty
they're
much in disbelief with what's going on in the world. As we all know,
They have
global
something to compare it
problems
to.
are having local
Like I just did this
consequences.
yesterday.
Too many of them. If the peanut butter really hits the fan,
Somebody
are
wanted
you
they
ready?
said, I want
Grocery store
something like
supply
y'all.
chains are only as strong as their weakest
I
link.
finally said,
Wait for them to break.
people
Now's the time to secure emergency food for everyone in your family.
So what's the thing that makes like the way you take pictures? Like everybody else, like what makes it different?
Our specially
Like is it the
packaged
lighting?
delicious
How you
foods
like
taste
the
fresh.
angles of taking pictures? Like what makes yours yours and what makes theirs?
They don't know what they're doing, and they all
Pick up several emergency food
imitating
kits. There are a dozen different sizes that average over 2,000
It's a
calories per
very
day. Our food kits will ship
common
quickly
thing that
and
happens.
discreetly to
Yeah,
your door.
I agree.
And so,
Food
but
storage
if the
in your
person you
home
learning
keeps
from don't
government
really know
food
what they're
lines
doing,
hands
you
down.
can't learn that.
Go to
See, they teach you how to do stuff
mypatriotsupply.com
the way they
today.
do it. They're not
Prepare
teaching,
for
they're
what's
not
coming.
teaching you to so you can be better.
mypatriotsupply.com.
Them two different lessons. It's almost like me teaching you how to draw.
The department
Can you
exists
draw?
to engage, enlighten,
No.
and elevate as the first
I can't on the
cultural
computer,
arts
though.
community.
I guess you can teach me what you know that even if it's scribble, I mean, you
you
gonna teach me,
So you have
you
to-
teach me scribble.
So you have to teach people to be different, not the same. Like they go out, they buy the same.
I don't think you teach them to be different. I think you just teach people to be themselves. And I think them being themselves is like what's
The best way to learn yourself is to do it yourself.
River Region.
See, I never looked at the YouTube to learn how to do
River
something.
Region Contracting.
I started
Or
taking
visit the
pictures.
website.
Oh, okay.
Because
RiverRegionContracting.com.
He is the
You're,
voice of the conservative millennial.
See, people, when they try to learn from you, they want to learn exactly how you do it. They don't take what they learn from you and develop their own.
I was gonna say that's what I did. I was gonna say I learned a lot from.
Okay, we are back. Good morning, everybody. I got a couple of guests with me this morning. It's my millennial hour, 2 hours with millennials here. One mine and the other one belongs to somebody else. But they're about the same age, I guess. I don't know. About the same age?
I think maybe a little older.
Okay. Wait. Anyway, and we got a young lady in the room too, but she's being quiet and nice over there. You know, now they don't start running you around until you get married to them. Then it's over. but that's okay. You know, she's doing good right now. 18, but she's welcome to. We ain't keeping her quiet now. She can talk. She can talk anytime she wants to. We just helping her out. She's just helping us out here. Although it's good we have something good looking in the room. So y'all kind of. Good morning, you on there. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to your esteemed guest this morning.
Yes.
Good morning to you. Good morning.
My question is to your guest, Kevin, is that my observation with the millennials are they're really big on entrepreneurship. They have this thing called they want to secure the bag. And I would like for them to talk about their view of the entrepreneurial spirit with our millennials and the impact that may be having on a lot of them want to enter the workforce and work for people. Most of them don't want to work a 9 to 5 because they want to have their own thing and secure their own bag and the potential impact that could have on our economy. I hang up and listen to their response.
I appreciate it. As a matter of fact, last year, 4 million people walked away from their job. What do y'all think about the entrepreneurial thing? I mean, and it's great to be an entrepreneur, but there's one quintessential ingredient that needs to be included in that process. And a lot of our young folks today are dismissing that process. You know what that process is? Learning something. Okay. Take your craft, learn it. Emmanuel worked a long time on. Now I kept telling him to get a job. Now that is one thing I do. I'm glad he didn't listen to me. Yeah. Because I said key the job, because as a parent, you want your kids to make sure they have a way to take care of themselves. If you can't, if you can't do it for them, which that was the case here.
And you didn't want me asking you.
That's true. I did not. No, you got that right. But what we have today, millennials see the product without the process. Mm. And if you see me driving a new car, you think I just went down there today and got a new car and boy, I didn't have to pay nothing for it. But what you didn't see was 20 years prior to that, when I'm driving a smoking car and my tire actually rolling off my car going down Madison Avenue. Okay, that's exactly what happened. I didn't. Oh wow. Yeah, well, man had to drive what he had to drive. But the process. So is it enough to want to be an entrepreneur, or should we prepare ourselves for that job, whatever job we want?
I think it's different for everybody, man. And I know personally for me, I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I was just always different, man. I didn't see myself clocking in at a 9 to 5. I didn't like the idea of somebody telling me when I got to be at work, how I got to dress, how I got to wear my hair. Personally, I didn't like that. And I don't know, man. I always had a thing for hair and barbering, so that's what I decided to walk into.
But in order to be an entrepreneur, one must train oneself or get the training. Yeah. You don't just
just wake up and say you want to be an entrepreneur.
Right. I mean, it sounds good, but you got to train yourself.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was talking to my fiance a couple of weeks ago. I think she said something that was funny. She said a lot of people quit their 9 to 5 for a 24/7 and think that it's going to be easier, and it's not.
It isn't.
And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions with people, becoming entrepreneurs. They think, I can work for myself and go make my own money, but it's actually more work than working for somebody else.
But I will say one thing: if you have, and Manuel's taught me this because I didn't believe it. Okay, I just wanted him to get a job, but he did teach me. Don't let your mother, your dad, or anybody, if you have the vision and you're willing to put in the work, you can do it. Yeah. But it is not easy.
It's not.
But you got to be willing to put in the work. Because I'm pretty much tired of millennials making excuses. I can't do this and I can't do that. And the Democrats give more money away last year than any time in the history of America. If you couldn't figure out how to get some of that money, you just ain't got good sense.
You the problem.
Yeah, you the problem.
You the problem.
Good morning. Who's this? This is my crazy call. Yeah.
How many of the Martin Luther King books have you read and which one was your favorite?
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
I haven't read many.
Why is it for the King books?
That's a good question, man. You should enlighten us on that.
Well, I think
for the guy who's going to get Trump out of there, what has been your favorite policy accomplishment from Biden?
Yeah, I'm not a political I'm not a political savant. Why? Yeah, I just wanted to exercise my right to vote, man.
Shouldn't you be educated when you vote?
Well, yeah, but
If you appreciate it.
I don't know, man. You should. I don't know.
Why would you even vote if you don't even know why you vote?
Well, now, when we were his age, we probably didn't know a whole lot of things either. So let's be fair. I mean, we probably didn't know a whole lot of things. Bro. Well, whatever it was, we could afford it. Anyway, President, they don't want to get that deep into it, bro, but we appreciate you. Okay, I got to tell you, I didn't start voting until I was 32.
Oh wow.
Okay, because I didn't know nothing about no voting. I was in the army. I voted for Ross Perot, my man. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, now, you know, you can't get it 2 times now. Come on now. You know, see, you got to teach our millennials to run by the rules. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yes.
You make a lot of money. Business has been very rewarding. Usually they were really younger, 1 or 2 at one time. With a family, I was able to provide for my family, and I have a son almost his age, and he had a great living on the business. So the target business is a wonderful business. You meet a lot of people. You love people. And you're going to meet all the people from all walks of life. I photographed some celebrities. And I was also able to photograph President Clinton across the Travis Bridge in 98, I think it was 98 or 99. So it's a good business.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money. If you need any tips, you have my number.
Yeah, I do.
I can tap into some different markets that probably never even thought about.
Okay, I shall do that. Thanks a lot, there. Are you guys paying attention to any of the political news of today? I mean, do you know who's running for governor? Know who's running for anything like that?
I represent the majority, and the majority of people just don't know what's going on. You know, we don't know. I'll be honest. Okay. I don't do all the research and all that stuff either.
Well, you ain't by yourself, man. Most people who vote don't know.
Majority of us don't
know. And I got to tell you, to be honest, if I wasn't really in this business, I probably wouldn't know either. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know they got more money than I got to run. That's all I know.
But I do have a question for you.
Yes. Yes.
You know, because we did have a caller from 3, I think it was probably like 3 or 4 phone calls ago. He was talking about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
What jobs are, when people say they want to be an entrepreneur, what, to your knowledge, what jobs are they going to?
Well, it's got mostly service jobs, because service jobs don't take a great outlay of capital. But in your business, yours is a service job, but it takes some expensive equipment to do it. Hair, you need a place, and you need some equipment, tools to do the job. But most of them are service jobs, because, you know, I mean, let's face it, we can't come up with an automobile plant, you know. But it's service job. It's a great way to start.
I don't know a lot of males that's running to be entrepreneurs. It's mostly women that wants to be entrepreneurs. Males, hair, at least locally in Montgomery. You didn't know that?
Well, too many of us got records and we can't get a license. So many of your generation got records and out there doing crazy things. So you can't get it.
You have no choice but to.
So you gotta do something. But I don't know. I never thought about that. Would you say that's true?
To a degree. I feel like as far as like males becoming entrepreneurs, a lot of them they do it. They just don't go about it. Some of them don't go about it the legal way, like legalizing their businesses. you know. And I wouldn't say it's because of records or anything. I would say more so because even if you do have a record, you can still legalize your business and have everything under your business instead of under your name. So I wouldn't say it's because of records, but I just think it's more so because some people just don't know. You know, they don't have any examples. Like they see people doing it, they aspire to be that, but they don't know how to get to the next step. Like what's next? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take call of time. My last break an hour. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
I want to tell you right now, they've been in public school system. What's the reason that other public schools are so terrible? They know the answer. Let's see what they tell you right quick.
No, we wouldn't know that.
I mean,
you know,
go ahead. Oh, it's multiple things.
It's worse now. It's much worse now.
It starts at home.
All right. Of course, it may start at home, but I think the school has a responsibility that they're not upkeeping. I think when you show up at school, the rules of school should be in place. Whether or not your daddy is a drunk or your mama got one eye should make no difference of how they run that school. Now, they can get you some help if you come up there and ask, but you can't have no discipline at home and no discipline at school, because when you do that, you're just looking for a bunch of chaos.
Wow, man.
Which is what we have in public school.
Yeah, they need to give the teachers more power.
I definitely agree.
Absolutely.
I definitely
like one day, I'm going to embarrass the boy right now. See, because one day,
What'd he do?
Teacher called me and said he wasn't doing what he needed to be doing. So Elk Dog had to go up to the school, and we had a conversation with him and the principal. See, Mr. Parham, remember Mr. Parham?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood is good. Okay, I'm just saying.
You donated a paddle to Capitol Heights, so I wasn't the only one that got it.
Oh, that's right. I donated the paddle. That's right. We'll be back after this.
That was a joke. The paddle didn't hurt.
Man, please, I used to hate them paddles, man.
Man, I went to like 4 different entrepreneur meetings, and it was just all women. It was all women.
Too many women.
It was all women.
Too many women in school. Too many women.
It seemed like everyone I go to, it'd be a lot of guys.
Even when you went, even when we went to, it was mostly
talking about down here. Yeah, it was a lot of women.
Even the ones I went to Atlanta, the percentage,
too many women.
The percentage from women to men is like 75%.
I mean, I don't care how tough you are as a woman. When Manuel, you walk up to them and they 5'2", you ain't thinking about nothing about what they're going to do. Even if they paddle you, hey,
right?
Okay, hit me one time.
Hair, nails, everybody. It's a lot of women trying to be in a beauty industry.
And some of them wear tight clothes so tight, brother can't think about the lesson.
Listen, you ain't studying nothing about no haircut. You just trying to get close. You just trying to get close, man. You just want to be near.
You ain't thinking nothing about no math except me and you plus 2.
Right. Man,
you're doing good. You're doing good.
It's hard all the way around. You got to be ready, man. People go hit from every angle, man.
I don't want people on your phone up for saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, we don't want to.
See, I be thinking we about to curse, like they need to bring their ass with ready at a moment's notice.
Why you ain't say it?
And parents trying to be friends with the kids.
I say ass whooping all the time.
And then they need to double parents at home, but you know,
yeah, they ain't got to
speak about that.
It's a tradition.
It'll
help, but there have been plenty of women who have raised kids successfully. Boys,
we have to go by the majority.
We
always got that.
You talk about now, a lot of folks discipline their children,
and
they don't want other people to discipline their children. Because you send your child to school and you don't want your child to be disciplined, then what else you gonna do? And the teachers, they took Kaplan out.
But everybody knows what the problem is. We just can't supply a solution without the political correctness. And ass whooping is what they need.
I agree. I agree.
But we can't give that.
Everything.
It's my child. Then here's what I tell the school: take the child when the mama come up there, send him and her both back home. We are doing our children a disservice by not disciplining.
I agree, man. 100%.
He was. I remember when he was little.
100%.
He started jumping up and down on the couch. He don't remember that. He was jumping up. Then he looked over at me.
Want to know what I like best about high school?
And he was at that moment. He was looking for confirmation that he could keep doing it.
Yep.
I'd leave it alone.
Right.
I didn't say nothing. So he just kept doing it. I said, okay. And the kids, so kids want to know where the boundaries are. And if you don't give them boundaries, they're
going to test the limits every time, man.
He's making better decisions. And I love knowing that high school sports have never been safer.
All kids did the same thing.
Than they've ever had.
Okay.
Training techniques are more sophisticated.
They were doing the
Yeah, I
same
get you.
thing. It just wasn't on camera.
I got you. I got you.
Playing high school sports isn't just safe. It's still the best way to give your teenager.
Grandmama.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Say hi to your mom.
That's something
Hello, Mom.
This message about the value of high school sports is presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
I'm Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it.
Okay.
I found a lot of great advice.
It was just
on
one,
how to
just
quit
say hi.
smoking and picked out the ways I thought
You don't have to have long conversation. Because one thing, I don't care what kind of relationship you have with your mother, your father, I don't care, whatever, it still took them to get you here.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I bet you're glad you're here.
Don't be one of them.
I bet you're glad you're here, though.
Yeah, you say.
No, if heaven's a better place, then why would I?
Well, you wouldn't make it heaven. Because you got to put in some work to make it up there.
So where was I before I came out?
In the astral, in the atmosphere somewhere, floating around in somebody's sack. But I don't know
you
where.
say, yeah, you was in the sack, brother.
Yeah, oh, you weren't even in the sack yet.
That I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life,
You
including
got the 4
turning
minutes left,
17.
man. That's terrible.
You can quit. For free help, call
I
1-800.
went by pretty fast.
Message from the U.S. Department
All right,
of
no
Health
time.
and
We got to
Human
run
Services
commercials.
and
All right,
CDC.
Telling it like it really is.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be prepared next time.
It's the Daily
All right, I just wanted to
weekdays.
get off my normal subject.
Hey, tell people tell them where you wanted me to grow up just like you did.
we don't have time for all that yet, young man. My son wanted me to tell you guys why I wanted him to grow up the same way I did, because I want him to have some hard time. Is what I need. You grow through hard times.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking one more call. Yeah, and I ain't taking that back.
I've never heard that before.
He's still mad. 20 years ago, I made him walk home. He's still mad.
Oh.
Good morning. Yes, Phyllis.
How you doing?
Good. I just want to call in and say this is compliment to you guys for making your father better today. And Kevin, are you going to do this every Monday?
Oh, no.
That's a great idea.
No. Maybe every once in a while, get them. Yeah, I can.
Your generation is just crazy with all the stuff you all be spouting on the show.
Well, your generation ain't far behind.
Voted for, continue to stand your ground. You made a choice on that anyway. The reason why, because all that statistics that means all of the things you and ask y'all the question, you can do this, check with yourself, and you'll find that some of those statistics are off. So stand your ground on your choices and vote in every election.
That's right, man.
Is your city right, and don't let anyone have you have the right to do it.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it. Phyllis Harvey Hall running for Congress. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah.
Good morning.
Also, always remember now, this country still ran by old law for way back into the 1920s. And one of the things you look at about the price of gas is that double that. That was passed by the Congress in the 1820s. That mean that only ship that built and owned by America is delivered to the United States. So they can bring that oil from overseas on the barcode, but they can deliver it to the port. And that's why the price is high, and you get it. But if you did, if you change that law, guess what's you're gonna lose your job.
Thank you. All right, appreciate it. I don't know if they're ready for that yet, but we'll put that in the repertoire for the for the next time they show up when we have another Millennial Day. I don't know when that's going to be, but you know it'll be one of these days. We good. So anyway, tell the folks who are now. Do you cut hair now?
Yes, I cut hair now.
Where you cut hair?
I'm here on Monticello. It's right across the street from Sam's Club off the Eastern Boulevard.
Next to the hotel. Oh, okay, so there's a right on. Okay, yeah. So you're on Monticello.
Right on.
But you're not on the side of the street where Sam's is.
No.
It's on the other side.
Right.
Okay. What's the name of your business?
The name, Welcome to France.
Welcome to France.
Welcome to France, barber style.
So will you live on show? Okay. I'm coming in. Can I afford you?
I hope so.
Me too.
I hope so.
Okay, well, come and check you out. Is there a number of people? Would you go to people's houses and cut their hair if they want you to? Office?
It depends.
Okay. Well, you want to give your number?
You guys can reach me at 334-274-8027.
Okay. And you can reach. You want to give your number, or you just Okay. He got so much business right now. You want his number? Call me. I'll give it to you. Anyway, time's up. And Miss Lady, thank you. Tell folks who your name is.
I'm Takara Milbury.
Well, thank you very much for showing up and doing what every woman should do. Just sit there and be quiet. We like to
baby got a lot to say, man.
I had to get one in.
Yeah, that was interesting. Man, I think the lady, man, I think she had a good point, man. You should bring us in more often, man.
You got to vote or something. You got to vote.
Now we know.
You got to know who's running. You got to know.
I wouldn't subject I be on.
What something you be on?
I know politics.
I got your number. I'm gonna have to start calling you so we can talk about these.
Hey, but I have helped them run the campaign.
Well, that's what I say. Man, y'all get a picture of this, man. Take a picture.
I ain't even got no battery in the camera.
Go on, sit down now. I'll get a picture.
Oh, you need to be in the picture because you.
Not really.
Because y'all were all
You look like a thug right now.
The camera ain't my friend.
Oh man, you look great, man. You still gotta get one with us, so. He probably don't want to. You gonna get one? You gotta come. You know, you gotta come on over here. Come on, Miss Hill.
All right, well, get it from this angle.
Okay, do it right. I need to have me a day of
All right. Get this.
This is CB's On the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky visiting the town of Bucha outside Kyiv today, where dozens of corpses, some with hands bound, were discovered after Russian troops withdrew. Zelensky says it's proof of war crimes and says they make it more difficult to continue talks with the Kremlin. Russia claims images are staged fakes. Correspondent Holly Williams is in southeastern Zaporizhia.
In the town of Bucha, the streets are littered with bodies in civilian clothing. Some with their hands tied behind their back appear to have been executed. Others are buried in a mass grave. More than 300 residents were killed, according to the mayor.
Liz Drossel is spokeswoman for the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights.
Reports emerging from this and other areas.
I had this thing set up where you get they gotta be on camera, show their face when they talk.
We are on camera.
Nah, I'm talking about them. So they feel safe to say what they want to, and the camera ain't on.